Yes. Good evening. It's match day. I've just been sent the Newcastle team. I'm just waiting to see the Spurs team. The Newcastle team I'm reading is, oh God, it's one of those where you've got to guess it yourself. Ramsdale in goal. Looks like a back four of Kraft, Tiao, Shaw and Byrne with Ramsey and Tonali in the middle with Barnes, Willock, Alanga and Voltemada up front. So an interesting team. I haven't got the Spurs team yet. I'm refreshing the Tottenham Hotspur X page, if you will, but I can't see the team yet, so I don't know what's going on. Somebody saying the team is out. I can't see it at all. Where are you seeing the team? I can't see it at all. Let me double check. Refresh. It's not on the Spurs official page. Where are you seeing the team? Where are you seeing? Yeah, Gray's out injured, isn't he? Yeah, I thought Gray was out injured. So I don't believe that at all. Good evening to you all. I will get you the team as soon as possible. Interesting. The Newcastle United team, not their full strength, but they've still got a lot of players in there that can hurt us. But what are we going to do? Hello, Stanley. Welcome. Stanley, welcome. Stanley has entered the building. Hello, mate. And he's left the building. See you later, Stanley. I'm desperately looking for the team. Unless it only comes out an hour before kickoff. The Spurs team has not been announced. It's not been announced, but we're here. We're ready to go. And I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this is a tough game, isn't it? It's a tough game with an hour and 8 minutes till kickoff. This is a tough game. Make no bones about this. Not saying we can't go through, but this is going to be tough. Could be even tougher depending on what team we see. Again, as I said, if we see Tell Johnson Odegaard front three, I don't give a lot of hope for it. If we see Mawani, Kudus, and one other, maybe. But we will find out in a second. I am waiting. Every time someone's messaging me, I'm going straight to my phone to see. So Newcastle United. So it looks like it's going to be Ramsdale in goal. The back four, as I said, is going to be Shaw, Tiao, Byrne, and Kraft, with Tonali and Ramsey in the middle, with Alanga, Willock, and Harvey Barnes in the three behind Voltemada. So at the moment, we've got their team, which is, I mean, look, there's no Joe Linton, there's no Gomares, there's no Gordon, but it's still a good team. It's still a very, very good team. I'm refreshing. Can't bring you the Spurs team as of yet. I have no idea what it's going to be. We know there can't be. We can't be thinking there's going to be too much change. We haven't got any players fit. We've got not many footballers to choose from, but Thomas Frank will pick the team accordingly. So I'm just looking to see if. Hang on, is this the team? No, someone else sending me the Newcastle team. Somebody's sending me the Newcastle team. Come on, Spurs, announce that 11. We need to know what it is before we all lose our collective minds. Whatever he does, be prepared. Whatever he does, be prepared. People are going to have a meltdown. Oh, I wouldn't have done that, and I wouldn't have done that. Be prepared. Everton, 3 days ago. Newcastle today, Chelsea on Saturday. They are coming thick and fast. Arsenal, if anyone cares, have gone with Kepa, White, Mosquera, Hincapié, and Lewis Skelly. That's their second string back four. Norgard and Marino with Waneri, Dauman, Eze, and Harriman Anus. I don't know who that is. Maybe a young striker. Brighton have gone with Steele, Van Heck, Simas, Rutter, Belieber. Because I'll tell you what, I'm gonna say this. I really wish, right? I really wish these when they put the teams out, they'd stop doing it by number order, right? And actually do it by player position. Sophie, I'm not prepared to give you a score prediction, my friend. Until I see the Spurs lineup, I'm not prepared to. Your boys are out. What prediction are you going for? I'm seeing the Liverpool team is very, very, from a Liverpool point of view, they've gone with Woodman, Ramsey, Gomez, Robertson and Kirkes, Endo and McAllister, with Chiesa, Morrison, Rio, and then Nione. So they've gone, Liverpool have gone very, very, very rotated is the word we're going to use tonight. Man City have gone with Trafford, Lewis, Kusanov, Ake and Ait-Nouri. Gonzalez and Mikasa with Bob, Cherky and Doku behind Marmouche. Our team is not out. Where's the blood? Wait, hang on. I'm being told it's out. Let me have a look at this and digest it before. Right, the Spurs team is this. Kinski in goal. Right, let me just quickly work this out. Yeah, it's what I thought. Mickey van der Ven is on the bench. So it's Kinski in goal. A back four of Spence, Paulinia, Danso, and Porro. A midfield of Bergval, Sarr, and Bentancur with Xavi, Richarlison, and Johnson. Where am I with that? The bench is Austin, Gunter, Tell, Kudus, Van der Ven, Mawani, Scarlett, Ulasesi, and Rousewell. If ever you were wondering about our squad, listen to those names. Austin, Gunter, Tell, Scarlett, Ulasesi, Rousewell. It's an interesting team. It's probably there or thereabouts with what I thought he might do. Kudus rested. I thought that would happen. Mawani rested. I just said on Sean's show, I did expect Mickey van der Ven to be rested. This is the problem. Multi-channel. It depends how fit he is to start 2 games in 3 days. Got to think about it. Problem is you can't rest all of them, Andy, can you? You can't rest all of them. We've got no other defenders fit. We've not got a single other defender. The only defender, if I'm looking, let me have a look. Let me check and see if I'm right. Van der Ven and I don't know. Is Rousewell a defender? I can't remember if Rousewell's a defender or not. So we got Van der Ven is the only defender on the bench tonight. So again, you just can't keep running these players into the ground. It's going to be an interesting one. It is what it is. This is what we've got. And we see what happens. At the end of the day, as I said, certain players can't play with you. You can't just go Mawani, right? There's your first start on Sunday. Have an immediate start after that. I would rather Mawani was fit for Chelsea than a half-fit Mawani today. So I agree with that. Rousewell's a centre-back, people are saying. So big up to you. Yes. 1 second. I'm just going to get this link. 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. I'm just going to bring Stell on for a few minutes. Yes, Stell from the Spurs 5 link. Listen. So compared to what most clubs have done in this, we've not gone that weak. Compared to most clubs, if you look at what City have got loads of players, haven't they? If you look at Arsenal, if you look at Liverpool, these guys have put a lot in. But no, Aidan, it's no. See, this is where we need to stop. You've got to remember, this is elite level football. If you are not 100% fit, starting 2 games in 3 days is a huge deal. Yeah, starting 2 in 7 days, slightly different. The body gets more recovery time. This is why you don't work in the medical team and the medical team do work in the medical team. I fully expected that Mawani wasn't going to start tonight. I'm not really surprised by much of that. Let me bring in Stel. Hello, Mr. Stelios. How are we doing?
Yeah, good. Big up, everyone. Hope everyone's well. I'm just looking at the starting lineup, and yeah, it looks like a 50-50 game. They're not going full strength, but nor are we. So it's anyone's really.
Stel, I've just looked at all of the clubs in the League Cup tonight, and all of them have rotated massive, more than us, to be honest. Liverpool have gone. I don't know about Palace, but Liverpool have gone super weak tonight. Super. They got 3 fullbacks in the back four. And they got two 17, 18-year-old, one 16-year-old, one 17 their front three. Let me ask you about us. Paulinho looks like he's going to play at centre back. Is this purely protecting Mickey van der Ven from overplaying?
I think we're going to go to a back three. I think we're going to go Danzo, Porro, Spence, and then he's going to go Paulinho, Bentancur in front, and then I think he's going to go 4 across in front of Paulinho and Bentancur. I think he's going to go Bergvall, Xavi in the middle, and then to the left and the right is going to go Sarr. Sorry, Xavi will go to the wide. So Sarr and Bergvall in the middle, Xavi one side, Johnson the other, then Richie up front. So I think he's going to go 3-2-4-1. So
you think he's going to do right? Let's just play that out so I can see it visually. So 3-2-4-1 for you, right? So you think this is going to be Kinski? This will be Porro. So this will be Porro, Danso, and Spence.
With Paulinho and Bentancur.
Okay. So you think he's going to go with the? Oh, I've already got him in the team. Hang on. So you think he's going to go Bentancur and then Paulinho?
Yeah.
And then he's not in the squad. He is. So Simmons in there?
No. Simmons is going to go wide.
Simmons wide. Bergvall
and Sarr in the middle. Yeah.
And then Johnson.
Yeah. And then Richie up front. I think this is what he's going to try and do on the attack. Defensively, I don't know how it will look, but I think this is how he's going to try and play it. I could be wrong, guys, but this is what I'm thinking.
I tell you what, I don't actually. I like it as a formation. I mean, obviously, when you've got your better players back, but I like it as a formation. I guess the question mark here is there enough in that back three for you with Porro and Spence as fullbacks? Is there enough there for you, or do you think that matters with the height of Paulinho and Bentancur to get back there and help them out?
No, I think it's fine because defensively you've got a back five. They'll squeeze. Bentancur and Paulinho will drop. So you've got a 5. It's whether Johnson and Simmons are going to get back as much, but maybe they don't need to. Maybe it'll be Pape Sarr that drops back and helps out. Who knows? But I think this is kind of where we're going to go with it.
Okay. So not... by the way, just quickly, I'm just going to look. They're just on Sky Sports at the moment. They're putting up the team. So anyone wants to know, Newcastle are Ramsdale, Kraft, Shaw, Tiao, and Byrne. So a change back four for them. Willock, Tonali, and Ramsey in the middle. And they've just taken it off the screen. That's great. With Waltemada, Barnes, and Alanga. Spurs, they've gone with 4-3-3 with Kinski in goal, Porro, Paulinho, Danso, and Spence, Sarr, Bentancur, Bergvall, Johnson, Richie, and Simmons. I worry if it is a 4-3-3 still. 1, there's no creative force in that middle 3. And 2, there's no real wide outlet in terms of Xavi Simmons will want to naturally drift in because that's his game. And Brennan Johnson isn't a wide man. So I'll put that up here while you talk, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to play a 4-3-3. I don't think we're playing 4-3-3. No. I don't think he's going to do it. It won't work. This won't work. This won't work. Not away from home against Newcastle with these players. I don't see it working.
Okay. So let me ask in the chat then. Guys, what do you think it's going to be? Let me know your formation. Is it 4-2-3-1? Is it 4-3-3? Could it be what Stel said with 3 at the back? Stel, could it look something like this?
Could be a 4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a 4-2-3-1. Although Paulinho and Danzo at centre back. Yeah, they could. Listen, it's probably more going to be this. This is probably more what it's going to look like, a 4-2-3-1. I just think with the players he picked, it looks more like a 3-2-4-1. But this is most probably what it will be.
Not this. I mean, look, I suppose it's pretty fluid. I mean, there is an argument to say that we could.
We ain't doing no Terry Venables Christmas tree formation. There's no Terry Venables football tonight, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose what it does do is it's fluid. It gives you options. My worry tonight, actually, what's your worry tonight? You've seen their team, you've seen ours. Give me the positives in a minute. What's your worry? So what are your drawbacks by looking at this team, if there were any?
Well, that final third is pretty poor as far as it gets. And then without Kudus on the pitch, who's going to get the ball to that final third? So you're now depending on Bentancur, maybe Bergvall. Well, I guess Xavi Simons needs to come alive tonight, really, doesn't he? Yeah. He needs to do something he's not really shown us this season and start creating in the match. If he doesn't, then you wonder where it's going to come from. And we depend on set pieces, and our best set piece scorer is not on the pitch either, Van der Ven. So even from set pieces, we're slightly weaker as well. So this is why I don't think we're going to be defensive tonight. I think he's going to be a bit more attacking. I do. And I'm saying that because if we're not, we're literally just going to park the bus for the whole game. You don't see where the creativity comes from, and I don't see where the set piece goals come from, unless it's Danzo who's going to try and get on the end of the corners, but he's the one that takes the throw-ins. So
do you know the first thing that jumps out to me, and you mentioned it with Kudus, but you mentioned his creativity. What I'm going to mention about Kudus is I look at that team and I'm asking myself, who's holding the ball up? Now, Xavi Simons, we've seen him do it, but not at Spurs. We've seen him do it at Leipzig, hold the ball up, bringing others into play. But for me, when that ball goes forward, Richie can't. I'd rather have you up front than Richie still. And I don't know whether you think that's a compliment to you or not.
I'd rather play up front as well.
Yeah, I'd rather have you up front. But my worry is, one, who's going to hold the ball up?
Yeah.
And two is this. Let's say it is the 4-3-3. Let's just say it's the 4-3-3, right? Just for example, Bentancur, Bergvall, Sarr. Move those two. My worry is with these two here, right? My worry is with these two here, Sarr and Bergvall. Now, I don't doubt either of them still from a box-to-box capacity, driving with the ball, getting stuck in, pressing. I've got no doubt all of the dirty side of the game. I don't doubt them. My worry is if they both go forward, are we going to leave Bentancur far too exposed? Because what Bergvall and Sarr do is give the ball away a lot. And I wonder if that is where we're going to see why the Bentancur Paulinho double pivot is normally deployed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't, honestly, I really think Paulinho and Bentancur will both be in defensive mid. I don't think Paulinho will be in the back four. I don't. Otherwise, it's pointless. It's pointless them two being on the pitch together. The whole point of them being on the pitch together is because they work in that 6-8 pivot. It doesn't make sense. You're better off putting Spence at centre back because he's done it before. He did it quite well once or twice last year. And I was about to say play Archie Gray at right back, but he's injured, isn't he? Left back, sorry, he's injured. So
yeah. Well, there's two defenders.
Someone else.
2 defenders on the bench. One is Van der Ven. And listen, listen, as much as I'd love to see Van der Ven out there, I do think we need to learn from the last couple of years that this is a boy that gets injured a lot. So if he is starting to feel a bit fatigued, or I don't know, maybe a bit of crap, maybe he's just being cautious. I'm happy he's on the bench, but it does leave the only other defender in the squad still is Rousewell, who I couldn't really tell you anything about. So we better pray that we don't get a couple of injuries in defence tonight. So
yeah, no, we could defence. We're really, really short at the moment. People in the chat saying I'm moaning. I haven't moaned. I'm explaining what I think the formation will be tonight. And other people that are saying you don't remember Spence ever playing at centre back. Ange played him there once or twice last season. He did quite well. He actually did quite well at centre back. That's why I said it.
I mean, I guess what you get with Spence is he's a very good defender, right? He's a very good defender. I've got no worries about.
And he's tall.
Yeah. He's tall, he's powerful, he's quick, he's good in the tackle. I've got no problem with Spence doing that job. I guess the question there is, the only way you could play Spence there tonight is if you play a back 3, right? Because there's no one else to play.
That's why I've got a sneaky feeling we might play a back 3. I know people think I'm crazy. Listen, in less than an hour we're going to find out. I think what it might be is because this happened against Everton away. When we attacked, we went into one formation, and when we defended, we slipped into a different formation. I think you're going to see 2 formations in the transition, an offensive one and a defensive one. Listen, Conte did something similar. He played a 3-5-2, but when we defended, it dropped into a 4-4-2, but he killed the attacker that had to run back to make the 4. I think tonight we might do something like that. I think you're going to see an attacking formation and a defensive formation, and you're going to see us trying to transition between the 2.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, I'm looking at the Newcastle team. Obviously, they've got no Guimaraes in there tonight, no Joe Linton, but they have brought in Ramsey, who we know from Aston Villa, and Willock, who obviously has been at Newcastle for a few years now.
Are they on the bench?
Good question. Let me have a look at the team.
Have a look as well.
Yeah,
they are. They're on the bench. Gordon, Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Murphy, Trippier, Sven Botman as well is on the bench.
Yeah,
so they've got a very. So listen, their bench is solid.
Yeah, they've got a good bench.
Solid. Yeah,
we've got Basuma, Davis, Dragusin, Kulu, Madison, Romero, Solanke, Takai, Ogi, and Gray all out injured. So that is why we have got young Rousewell on the bench, 19-year-old. His last game played. Oh, actually, what? Yeah, I did watch this lad. I wonder why I knew the name. Yeah, when I watched the 4-2 win against Monaco under-19s, he was playing alongside Upson.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 kids on the bench. 2 kids as goalie. Vicario's not even on the bench. So if it goes to penalties, that's clever, isn't it? Well, saying that, I'm sure the other goalies are better than him in goal for penalties. And then the only actual senior players we've got on the bench are Van der Ven, Kudus, and Moani. That's it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It's a very, very weak bench. It's
very young. It's like the early stages of Europa Cup, isn't it? That kind of lot of kids.
Do you know what? This is the sort of 11 and bench I'd have expected in the Europa League last year, but unfortunately we haven't got anyone else to put in there. What I would say is this: the thing that worries me about Newcastle, something that we've really got to look out for, is Alanga and Barnes on the wings. We know they're quick. We know they're getting behind. We know they're both capable of scoring goals. That and Voldemada. He's very good at holding the ball up, bringing others into the game. How do you think the game's going to pan out, Stel? How do you think Newcastle will approach it? How Spurs going to approach it?
It's midweek. It's under the lights. It's a cold night in England, especially up north. It's even colder. Their fans are going to be up for it. They're the defending holders of the cup. They're going to give it a right go. And I think we're going to be backs to the wall. And when we attack, we're going to have to be quick and good with it, which is something we're not really. I don't think we're getting battered. Looking at the lineups, I don't think we're getting battered. I think Spurs will be in this game. Spurs will be in this game. But can we create enough and score is going to be the challenge for us.
Yeah.
That's going to be the difficulty. You make them favourites because they're the home team and it's St James's Park and it's under the lights midweek. It's always difficult wherever you go. But I am feeling a little bit optimistic because they're not playing their fully strength squad. That their midfield isn't anything wow.
No, Tonali is obviously the standout. By the way, what a footballer Tonali is. By the way, that is everything I want in our midfield. By the way, but yeah, no, I make you right. I think I said today on my show earlier this morning, still, that for me, could you stop shouting, please? Thank you. I can hear her telling the dogs off, and it's echoing in my mic. I completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, when people have said to me, "What's your score prediction?" I always think it's really difficult to do it for these types of games until you know what the lineup is. Like for a league game, you kind of know what it's going to be, right? With this, we don't. But I think this is going to be pretty even. But I do think that this might just be one away game in a row too many. I don't know. Does that make sense? I'm not saying we're bad. I'm not saying it's terrible if we go out, but I just think this might just be one too many for me.
I think what has to happen tonight is 2 out of the 4 of Bergvall, Simmons, Ritchie and Johnson. So 2 of them have to have a good game tonight. They must.
Agreed.
If they don't, we literally have got nothing. Paulinia and Bentancur will be decent. Danzo's going to be decent. Porro and Spence, let's see. Normally Spence is solid. Porro. I think Sarr will put in a good shift. He's put in a good shift most of this season. But will Bergvall actually create and be the midfielder we thought he was going to be? Is Johnson going to score? Right, that's the one thing about him that he's got in his locker, that he scores, but he hasn't in a while. Ritchie, we know how bad he is. Can he get a goal tonight? And Simmons, we know he's good. Will he step up? So I think we need 2 of those 4 to have a good game tonight. If they don't, then you're looking at it and you're thinking, Borefest, the moans and groans are going to kick in at the end of the game. You know how it's going to play out.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. Do you know what? I think that's a really good point you bring up about Simmons as well. Obviously, I know what you were saying last night, and I don't disagree with you. There looks like there's something that's eating at him. I don't know whether it's new country, something, I don't know, as he settled into his home. I don't know. He looks frustrated within himself, but still, I want to see that one moment that kind of kickstarts your career at a club. Just that one, picks it up 20 yards out, lashes it into the top corner, or goes on a little mazy dribble and lays someone in. We need to see that moment from him soon, don't we? We need to see it.
Yeah, it's like when Harry Kane scored against Aston Villa and it saved Poch's job and it was the beginning of what Kane is today. You need that moment. So I don't disagree. If Simmons can curl one in top bins, if he can go on a little run, beat 1-2 players and slide in Johnson or Ritchie and they score, it does. It sets him up for trying to build on that and have a good season. So he needs it. You can see it. He needs something for him to put his chest out with and say, yeah, that's me. Yeah. He needs that moment for sure. Yeah. But then, do you know what? I think Ritchie needs it. I think Johnson needs it. I think Bergvall needs it. I think quite a few of them need it.
Yeah, but do you know the difference is? Do you know the difference is for me, Stel, is I've seen moments like that from Xavi Simmons in his career to know that he's capable of it.
Yeah.
I've not seen those moments from Ritchie or Bergvall or Johnson to think they're ever going to do it. So whenever I get frustrated with Ritchie and Johnson, especially, Bergvall's a kid, but I don't know why I let it bother me because I know it's coming. Like I know tonight what I'm going to see from Brennan Johnson. I know I'm going to see a lot of bad hold-up play, very weak. He won't be very good at helping defensively, but I also know I might see the obligatory every 5 games. Oh, Brennan Johnson's grabbed another goal today. So you know what you're getting. But Bergvall and Sarr for me tonight. This is a big game for those two because we're constantly people are going, oh, I wouldn't start this player, I'd start Bergvall, or I wouldn't start him, I'd start Sarr.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think either of them are good enough to start right now. That's only my opinion. But
yeah,
I want to see in a game like this, prove me and other fans wrong. Go out there and show that you can mix it against that midfield, against Tonali, against Ramsey. Go and show us that you can boss that midfield. I'm asking you, are they capable of
that? We don't know because they've not done it. Until they do it, we don't know. I do think Bergvall's got it in him. You know, I do think there's something there with Bergvall, but it's just not. It's not progressing. It's not developing quite yet. Maybe it needs another season or two. But I do believe there is something there with Bergvall. I saw it pre-season when he first joined, when Ange's pre-season, the way he was just linking up the play, playing through balls in. I thought this is a good little player. This, and he hasn't really done it since. He's had good moments. I think he scored the winning goal against Liverpool in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final last year. He's had moments, but he's not really had a run of games where you think, do you know what? You've been good for a whole month. You're actually consistent. There's no consistency with him.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to moan about this starting lineup when I've looked at what Newcastle have done, and like you said, all the other big clubs are resting a lot of players. I think, considering the injuries we've got and the games that are coming up and what all the other teams are doing tonight, I think we've actually put out a fairly strong squad compared to what we thought we were going to do. And we've got 3 players that can come off the bench and turn it, Van der Ven, Kudus and Moani, right? So there are players who can come off the bench and turn the game if need be. And you know what? This is what I wanted. I didn't want to go weak tonight and then we get battered against Chelsea. I want us to go strong tonight, strong Chelsea, and then rotate more against Copenhagen, because I think you've got to stay in this cup competition, because then if you do stay in it, you're in the quarterfinals. And I just don't want to lose to Chelsea. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to lose to them. At home, they're there for the taking. Let's try and give it a go. So I'm not complaining about tonight's team selection. I think that's as good as we can possibly put out, given the amount of games coming up. And I think it's actually stronger than what a lot of fans might have thought we would have done tonight.
Agreed. You know, there's no Telenodober in there. And that was going to be my worry. But no, I think you're right. As I said, I've looked at a lot of these other teams. I'm looking at Liverpool. I'm looking at Arsenal. I'm looking at Chelsea. I'm looking. City is a bit different because City do have quite a lot of footballers, but not one of them has gone full strength 11 tonight. Not one of them. To be fair, Arsenal's back 4 tonight, by the way. Listen to this. Is their second string back 4 still, right? Arsenal have gone with Ben White, Hincapi, Mosquera, and Lewis Skelly. That's their second string back 4.
Do you know, I didn't even know that Arsenal signed Hincapi. They've got him as well.
That's their second string back 4. So tonight, they are resting Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori, right? They're resting Zubimendi and Rice. They're resting Saka. Their striker is a 17-year-old. Their striker's a 17-year-old kid. So Liverpool have gone. I mean,
they're going away to Brighton.
No. Arsenal are home to Brighton.
Home. See, do you know? See, this is why we need to try and stay in this cup. Arsenal might go out tonight, right? Might. I say might. They might go out tonight. Who's playing at Liverpool?
Palace.
Right. So one good team's going to go out tonight there. Suddenly, you know, you look at the teams that went through yesterday, it was Fulham, Brentford, you know, not the teams in the top. That if we go through tonight, there's a good chance we get a decent quarter-final draw. And then once you're in the semis, it's anyone's. Once you get to the semis, you know, it's really doable. So I'm glad we're going to try and give it a go tonight. I think it's important we do. Because I think this is the only cup we can win this year. I don't think we can win anything else.
Well,
so
just to give you an idea, this is Liverpool's lineup tonight. So they've gone with Woodman in goal, a back four of Calvin Ramsey, Nyoni, Gomez, and Robertson. Endo. Sorry. Let me start that again. That won't be that at all. Be Ramsey, Kirkes, Gomez, and Robertson.
It's not bad.
Endo, but I mean, Endo and Nyoni, Morrison, Rio, and McAllister with Chiesa up top. And Palace have gone pretty much full strength. They've changed the keeper and one of the centre halves. Other than that, it's a good Crystal Palace team that's playing. So that could be maybe Palace, if Palace and Brighton to go through. Here you go, Stel. I've just seen it. Palace and Brighton to knock out Arsenal and Liverpool is 10-1.
Listen, it's the cup. It's the cup. You know, if suddenly one of those teams goes 2-0 up, it's a different. It changes very quickly the complexion of the game, the atmosphere. So I think Spurs have got a chance in this competition, right? I know some fans say, "Come on, we can't go all the way." Listen, this is the only competition I think we can go all the way. I'm not saying we will, but I think this is the best chance we've got. I don't think we'll win the FA Cup because I think teams take that competition a bit more serious. Yeah. Also, you've got to play a few more games to get to the final. There's no way we're winning the Champions League. We all know that. And the league, I think if we get top 6, we're going to say it's a good season. So I really, really think this is a doable competition. Do I think we'll win it? Probably not. But if we stay in it, you never know. Don't forget, we were one game away from the Carabao Cup final last year. One game away until we got our pants pulled down at Anfield, royally. But
no, absolutely. By the way, talking about pants being pulled down royally, 910 people and 140 likes. I mean, not for every 9 people in here, 1.4 of you have smashed the like button. Can we please get that up to 400-500 immediately?
Sava, you've got Chelsea away at Wolves. Would anyone be surprised if Wolves knock them out tonight? I wouldn't. Chelsea are very unpredictable. I mean, let's look at Chelsea's starting lineup tonight. You know, Chelsea have gone with a team of Jorgensen in goal, Josh, Hatto, Gusto at the back, Lavia, Santos. See, they got Gittins, Estavia, George up front.
No one's taken it really seriously. No one has taken it really seriously at all in any way, shape, or form.
Wolves. If Wolves put an upset there, suddenly you're looking at the quarterfinals and you're thinking, are Spurs the strongest team left in the competition? It is very possible, right? Listen, I'm being serious. It's very possible tonight, if we go through, that we might be the strongest team, bar Man City. We might be the strongest team left in the competition. Yeah. Will that happen? It's possible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at City. They're away at Swansea with a front four of Marmoush, Doku, Cherky, and Bob. So you would probably think that City have got enough City to go through there. But I think for me, stay in this game. Do you know what I mean? What I don't want to do is I don't want to be going in 2-0 down at half time, that type of thing, because
I don't think we will, Sava. I don't think we will. I don't think that. I think we'll stay. I think we'll be in this game. I think we will.
Yeah, I just think for me, it's, you said earlier, Newcastle under the lights, St James's Park. I've got a feeling what they will do very early doors is get the ball to Barnes, get the ball to Elanga and test us. I think that's what they're going to do. Get it in and test us. That's what I would do. That is exactly what I would do. Get the ball into the Spurs final third and test them. However, it's not Newcastle's first choice back four. So for me, can we test them? Well, let's see. I'm very downbeat on Johnson and Richarlison and Bergvall and Sarr. Let's see today. Show us, Richie. Go up against this Newcastle back four. Show us. Show us that there's something about you. Bully them. Give them a torrid time. Because you know that Voldemar is going to do that to us, right? You know he's going to be a royal pain in the arse for our centre halves tonight. But it's whether or not he can do that.
Listen, all I know is, right, I'll say it as it is.
Go on.
I've come on this show. I've said I think we're putting the strongest team realistically we can play, which has surprised me. I'm saying that we're going to be in this game. We're not going to get battered. I think we've got a chance. I've said if we go through, we might be the strongest team left. I've said how the opposition teams that are in the competition tonight, there's a good chance they might go out. I'm putting as much of a positive spin as I can on it. And your chat wants to come for me. Like, who's the negative one? Still, you've lost me with that. Still, you're clutching at straws. Listen, all right, if you want me to come on and say, this team's shit, this formation sucks, we're going to be 3-0 down. What's the point, Sava? What's he doing with the tactics? Why is he starting Bentancur and Paulinho? Oh, this manager. Oh, this club. Levy out. What do you want me to say? I'm trying to...
Come on. You've been doing...
I'm trying to put some positive spin on it, and they still moan. They still get upset.
You know what it's like. If you and I sat here right now, right? If we sat here right now and had a conversation, let's play it out, right?
Oh, man.
One of two conversations. If we sat here right now and both went, geez, we're crap, we're getting knocked out, aren't we? Can't see any way. The whole chat will go, you're not real Spurs, you're negative, but if we sit here and go, do you know what? We're going to win. Oh, don't overhype our players. It's a very difficult game, YouTube, isn't it? It's very difficult.
You can't. It's almost like you've got to say the same thing every week, even if you don't think it. I look at the starting lineup tonight, and I actually think it's possible tonight to win. I genuinely mean that. I look at our starting lineup, although it's not great, it's stronger than what a lot of us thought it would be. And Newcastle have fielded a much weaker team than what they can. So it can be done tonight. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to batter us. I mean that. I don't think we're going to be 3-4-0 down at half time. None of that business. If we are, I'll be really surprised. I really will be surprised if that happens. My only concern tonight, the only thing I slightly worry about is we need two of the front four to be creative tonight.
I agree.
And they haven't really done it yet this season. So if they don't do it tonight, I don't know what we can expect from the game other than to try and stink it out for a penalty shootout. That's the only concern I've got. Other than that, I think we've got a chance. I think, especially if we bring on Kudus and Moani with 20 minutes to go, 30 minutes to go, who knows? Yeah, but they can also bring on Guimaraes and Joe Linton and Gordon.
Somebody in the chat just now actually said that what we don't want to do is we don't want to get it to a position where it's our bench versus theirs, because their bench is strong. Their bench is very strong. But look,
it will get to that though. It will get to that probably though, won't it? That's what it's going to come down to. So.
Well, I think the worry for me, and by the way, what I'm about to say, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I clip this. I hope I'm wrong. The worry for me is that I just can't see us ever sweeping a team aside like Newcastle. I can't see us just going boom, boom, boom with 3 up. Now, people will go, oh, Everton. But I mean, without set pieces, I can't see us doing that because of our firepower, right? With Newcastle, I can see that they've got players that can create, and they've got a lot of wide men that are very good at taking players on. So for me, stay in this game. I don't care if you go through by penalties, by hook or crook. Stay in the game. Be there in the last 10 minutes. I don't care if we have to put 10 behind the ball for the last 10 minutes of the game. Get to a penalty shootout, because there's no extra time, right? There's no extra time.
Straight to penalties, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And shithouse your way to the next round. But whoever wins this will probably be looking at and thinking we can win the competition. I don't think any of the teams around us are going to prioritize this. And that's why I don't think what he's done is too bad. There will be people saying Van der Ven, Kudus, Moani, but Van der Ven and Kudus, they can't play week in, week out. You can't, do you know what I mean? We can't just keep playing these people still every 3 days.
I am a little bit. Just for yeah. I will say I am a little bit surprised that he has rested Van der Ven, only because we're so short at the back. I don't think we can actually afford to rest defenders. I get him resting Kudus, because we do have other wingers at the club, whether they're good or not. We've got them available. And I understand him resting. Who's the other player he rested? Let me get the team lineup. I've forgotten already who's on the bench for us. Moani. I understand him resting Moani because we do have Richarlison, even if we think he's rubbish. But resting Van der Ven when we don't have another option, I'm surprised he's done it. I'm not going to lie to you, but I understand why he's done it. I'm just a bit surprised. I didn't think Frank would have done that, being a manager that's so pragmatic and wants to solidify the defence. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do. This is why I think he's going to go to a back three. But we'll find out. I mean, what do you guys in the chat think? Do you think resting Van der Ven was the right choice tonight? Did we need to rest him? Would you have played Van der Ven? What's your thinking on the old Mickey situation? And don't forget, Mickey Van der Ven is also the best player we've got when it comes to set pieces. He's our main man, isn't he? I think he's on 4 goals this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mickey Van der Ven, I think he's scored 4 goals this year. So I'm a bit surprised he's rested him. Siggy says he would have rather rested Paulinho. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Depends on the formation, though. Stell, are you from Enfield? Yes, Winchmore Hill, Enfield. It's my neck of the woods. Although I grew up in Wood Green, which is N22. It's the postcode next to Tottenham N17, which is why I support Tottenham. It's actually my local team. How's about that? I actually support my local club. Sav, I was saying I'm surprised that he's rested Van der Ven on the basis that you can understand him resting Moani because he's got another strike option. You understand him resting Kudos because he's got other wing options. I'm surprised he rested Van der Ven when we don't have other defensive options and he's our top goal scorer, four goals, set piece man. So I understand why he's done it. I'm just surprised that he has done it though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing for me is, and again, this is just what we talk about as football fans. We don't know. Has Mickey said to him, look, I'm feeling a bit tight or I'm a bit fatigued? Because let's be fair, in the last 2 years, Mickey Van der Ven, I don't think has had a run of games like this for Spurs. If I'm honest, I can't remember him playing this many games in a row. I'm comfortable with it. If he's fit for Saturday, I'm comfortable with it. But again, you know, this probably wouldn't be such a big deal if we had more centre-backs, which we know we have, and we know they're coming back from injury. But look, Paulinho, if he plays there, we know he can play there. We know he's bloody good in the air. But I don't know, maybe we get ripped apart first half and suddenly we see Van der Ven for the second. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, then we go to a back six. And by the way, Ganks the boss, with a name like that, I know what you're about. Wood Green is closer to Arsenal, you mug. Just to educate you, because I grew up in Wood Green, White Hart Lane begins in Wood Green. The road ends in Tottenham. So the name of our stadium, the ground the club was, White Hart Lane is Wood Green into Tottenham. I hope that helps, just to soften the blow that I've just hit you with. Oh, yeah, look, Sava, you're right. You're right. Listen,
I was doing overtime. Apparently, we've been overhyping Newcastle. I haven't heard anyone overhype them. Let's be brutally honest, right? Newcastle are a good, solid, strong Premier League football team who are very good at home. They've lost 3 at home this year still, but the 3 they've lost at home have been Barcelona, Arsenal, and Liverpool. They're a good team, right? Without going overboard, they're a good football team.
Look. They are the favourites tonight. They are at home. Their fans will get behind them. And they've got the better bench if they want to make the subs. There is no doubt tonight, Newcastle are the favourites. However, the one thing I've learnt about this team is when we predict something, it's a tough game, we'll probably lose, we seem to do all right. We went to City and taught them a lesson. We went to Everton, a club that haven't lost at home, haven't conceded from set pieces, and put it on them. Mm-hmm. You know, we went to Leeds that hadn't lost in 11 home games. We beat them. So those stats you've just reeled off, they've lost to Barca, they've lost to Arsenal. Wouldn't it be typical if we go there tonight and win it? Like, Wouldn't it just be typical against all the statistical odds? Frank goes there and wins it. But having said that, they are still the favourites. So if we lose, Savage, you know what it comes down to? It's how we lose. If we get battered, people are going to get angry and pissed off. If it's a close game and they just beat us on individual quality, you kind of say, do you know what? They deserved it on the night, but we gave it a go. If we lose, but we've missed chance after chance after chance after chance because Johnson, Richarlison, Bergvall, Xavi missed the chances, we're just going to say, fucking hell, they're shit, these players. So it depends how we lose. If we win, we won't care how we win.
Yeah.
If we win 1-0 from a set piece in the first minute and we just park the bus for 89 minutes, we won't care. But if we lose, we do care. It's how we lose. So I think that's what it's going to come down to.
I think people don't understand the difference between a team being the favourites but still believing that your team can win against them. By the way, when I looked earlier, right, okay, right, stop this, Matt. I'll just kick you out, mate, if you can do this, right? Matt, do you know what's always a great indication of favourites? You know those little things called the bookmakers, right? The bookmakers today still, you couldn't get Spurs at lower odds than 4-1 to win this game. Right? So every bookmaker has got Newcastle, every bookmaker in the country has got Newcastle United as favourites. I've got them as favourites. I'm looking at their team. I'm looking at their bench. They are favourites. However, doesn't mean I don't think we can go there and win. But it also means I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't, right? So I just feel that people need to understand the difference between favourites and us still. Man City were overwhelming favourites to beat us, right? We beat them. So I just want to make that point before people don't understand.
So Matty, just want to apply your logic, right? I'm just going to apply your logic to you. If your basis is they're not the favourites, it's 50-50 because of our away record. That's your basis of saying they're not the favourites. Can you please make sure that you say that PSG aren't the favourites when we go away to them? Same logic.
Mate, he's a troll. He's a nice troll, but he's just a massive troll. If he is one of those...
I want the same logic when we go away to PSG in the Champions League, Sava. I want the exact same logic applied.
Stel, if I sit here and say it's an 8 p.m. kickoff on a Wednesday night for Tottenham Hotspur in England, he's the sort of person that will find a way to say, no, it's not, it's Thursday. He's that sort of person. He thinks by saying another team of favourites that you're not backing your team. I don't think he'd be very good working in betting. He really wouldn't be very good in the betting industry, would he?
No, it's do you know what it is? It's one of those where if you say anything remotely that might favour your opponents, then no. How dare you? How dare you say that about us? Don't lower what we are capable of, which is not what we did. We're saying that they're the favourites, but if we won, I wouldn't put it past us.
Right.
I don't think we will, but I wouldn't put it past us. I think we can do it because we've broken all these statistical odds all season long. We've been doing it all season long. We've been breaking the trend away from home. So
let's be fair. Football isn't about who's the favourites all the time. Otherwise, Liverpool wouldn't have lost 4 Premier League games in a row. I bet you my mortgage that all 4 games Liverpool has just lost in a row in the Premier League, they were the favourites for. Unless anyone's going to tell me differently. I bet you Liverpool were the favourites for the Chelsea game. I bet you they were the favourites for Brentford. Who else beat them? Man United at Anfield. I bet you they were the favourites for all of those. So
I will say I do like the fact Matt is trying to praise the Spurs and raise the spirits and come on. I don't mind that at all. I just but to say we're not that, but to say Newcastle aren't the favourites when all the bookmakers have got them as the favourites kind of defeats your argument. So I think
every
bit of
bookmaker.
balance.
So now the odds have slashed slightly, but I don't know if anyone can see there. So the 1.76 and the 1.92 and the 1.1.1, that's Newcastle. Tottenham are all the ones that are 3.8, 3.75, 4, 4.2. So if the bookies are saying it, what do they know what does Matt know that the bookies don't? Why isn't Matt feeding the bookies the information? I never know. I'll never, ever know. Stel, if I had to push you for a score, what are you saying?
I think they win on the basis that they've just got that bench that can change it. But it's never that straightforward, man, with us. It's never that straightforward. Do you know what, Sava? I'm going to sit on the fence. I think it's going to penalties, and I don't know who's going to win it.
No, you can't do that. Oh, no. In a game where there's either one team goes through or not, you can't have a draw. Who's going through?
Newcastle on penalties.
I think that we are... I think this is all going to be about how Bergvall and Sarr play in midfield. Because when Bentancur and Paulinho play there, we know that we're solid. We know that those two will mop up everything, win every header. I think it's all going to depend on which one of those plays forward, if either, and how disciplined the other one is. I'm going to go with Spurs to nick this by the odd goal. I don't know whether that's my heart over my head. I'm just concerned as to where the goals are coming from in open play with this team. I'm concerned. No Kudus, no Mawani. I'm concerned. So I don't know. Big game for Kinski. Does it really matter? Is he ever going to be the number one? You know what I mean?
Right, Sava, just so you know, this season, at home, in the first game, Newcastle scored 2 goals at home against Liverpool, 1 goal against Wolves. Even when they lost to Barcelona, they scored. They scored 4 against Brentford. They scored 1 against Arsenal, 2 against Forest, 3 against Benfica, 2 against Fulham. So they're averaging 2 goals a game at home. Are you sure you think we're going to beat them tonight? Mind you, though, these were the stats for the Everton away as well. So something, do you think they're not going to score tonight? Do you think Newcastle won't score?
I don't know whether this is head v heart. Let me be brutally honest. Let me just check. Is there a game on? Yeah, let's go to we'll watch the Liverpool Palace game for 15 minutes. I think my head is telling me Newcastle. My heart is saying Spurs purely because of the away record we've had this season. If you were asking me most seasons still, will Spurs win away at Newcastle? I'd say I'd take a 2-0 defeat. But I just want to be in it. I want to be in this come half time. Right? That's the key thing for me. I don't want it to be, Newcastle have got 2 early goals. Now what have we got to change this game off the bench? Not a lot. That's the key thing for me. But I don't know. I mean, if I had to ask you right now, who's winning this cup then? Bearing in mind that the others are all playing right now, they've all kicked off. Who's winning this cup?
I think it's impossible to know until we get to the semi-finals, because that's when teams start taking it seriously. So let's see who's actually gets to the last 4. To predict it from now, look, you could see Newcastle holding on to it. You could see Man City winning it. You could see Arsenal winning it. Why can't Liverpool win it? I don't think you should write off Tottenham or Tottenham from winning it. I don't think you can predict it. The Carabao Cup is like that. It's just this. Look, if Brighton were to beat Arsenal, why can't they win it? They got to a final a couple of years ago, didn't they? They lost to Man United, I think. They lost to Man United in the final, didn't they? Yeah, I'm sure they lost. It was Brighton. They lost the final. So, or a semi-final.
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one.
You can't call it with 16 teams still left in it. It's I don't know.
Listen, I might be very wrong about this in 90 minutes time. I've got a feeling 1 or 2 big teams are going out tonight.
They are. I think they are, Sam. I agree with you. I think that will happen. Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those ones where, again, how much do Liverpool care about this? By the way, like if let's use Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool for 1 minute. If Liverpool get knocked out tonight, their fans are going to be annoyed because it's yet another defeat in this terrible run. But realistically, is that where Liverpool are at? Like, do you know what I mean? Is that going to make or break Liverpool's season, the League Cup?
It's different because they need to stop the rot. This isn't tonight's game isn't about winning the Carabao Cup. It's about them not, going 5 or 6 games in a row losing. It has to stop at some point. Otherwise, you end up, Arnie Slot's going to get fired at some point, Savo, The man's job's on the line. Liverpool don't tolerate losing 8-9 games in a row. That conversation might already be happening. He should turn it around. Hopefully he turns it around. If he loses the next 2, it's a conversation. Can we carry on like this?
Yeah.
We're going to go out the Champions League. We're not going to win the Premier League. What are we doing? They've spent a lot of money. Like they've spent fucking loads this summer, and they're losing every week. So I think tonight it really is about just win a game of football for them.
So Chelsea are 1-0 up at Wolves in 6 minutes. Chelsea are 1-0 up at Wolves. Andre Santos with the goal. Just quickly, I there's nothing to do with Spurs, but do you find that situation at Wolves quite funny? That Vitor Pereira started off terribly, got rewarded with a new contract, and still have not won a game since he was rewarded with a new contract. Could this be the quickest ever contract renewal to sacking we've ever seen? Because they are dreadful.
Sava, I don't understand football this year. I don't understand how Liverpool are losing every week after signing all those players. I don't understand how Spurs are the best team away from home and top goal scorers with the worst attackers in the league. I don't understand how Nottingham Forest, who had a defensive team, hired the most attacking non-defensive manager who got sacked in 7 games. I don't understand how Wolves have done what you've just said. I don't understand this season. I don't understand how suddenly everyone's a set-piece specialist. I can't make sense of this season at all. The only thing I can make sense of is Arsenal have got the best squad and that's why they're top of the league. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Everything else, I look at it, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let's just quickly, Arsenal then. You just gave your opinion on Liverpool having to win this tonight, not more about winning the cup, but to stop the rot. Arsenal are definitely not in any type of rot. They are the best team in the country right now, unfortunately for us Spurs fans.
Yeah.
But do Arsenal have to win? Because again, Arteta's not won anything. Is tonight a must-win game for Arsenal? Will their fans accept it if they get knocked out tonight at home to Brighton?
From speaking to my Arsenal mates, if Arteta doesn't win either the Premier League or the Champions League this year, they're done. They're done. They're absolutely done with him. Yeah, that's what they're saying. If they don't win the Premier League, they don't win the Champions League, they don't win the FA Cup, but they win the Carabao Cup, technically speaking, Spurs have been more successful than them in the last 5 years. Technically speaking, because at least we qualify for the Champions League, we're in the Europa. So
yeah, true.
If they win the Carabao Cup and a major, then yeah, it's acceptable. But if they just win the Carabao Cup, I don't think they're going to accept it. Their fans won't accept that. Having said that, Pep always made a habit of winning the Carabao Cup to install the winning mentality for the run-in for the rest of the season. So maybe they need to win it just to show their fans we are winners and there's more to come. So
is the team he's picked tonight shown that though, or is the team he's picked tonight more of a, hey, the Champions League and the Premier League are more important to me?
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about winning the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying that Arsenal team can't go and win, but they have, they have gone a little bit weaker.
They've got a strong bench though. They can turn it around if they have to.
They can.
At home.
Yeah, right now you've got Arsenal, Liverpool, City and Chelsea all playing. I mean, let's be fair, you've got the big four. The big four of the Premier League are all playing right now. I reckon 2 of them go through and 2 of them go out. Q, an hour and a half from now, all 4 of them into the quarterfinals. But hey, It is what it is. So you've gone with, did you say 0-0 or 2-2?
I can't predict the score. I'm just saying penalties and Newcastle to edge it.
Everyone in the chat, let us know your score prediction for tonight. You've seen the teams. You've seen the lineup. You know.
I need to go, by the way, Saba. I need to shoot.
Take care, bro. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon.
All right, man. Good luck, everyone. Enjoy the game.
Right. So that was Stel predicting a draw and then penalties. Let me know your result in the chat. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Let's be fair. It's a very interesting one. I don't think many Spurs or Newcastle fans right now are 100% positive or negative either way, right? It's a bit of an unknown at the moment. And by the way, bit of an unknown, guys and girls. I mean, what's going on this channel? We used to be so good at smashing the like button. There's 800 of you in here and 278 likes. Surely that should be at 500. We've had so many people in here. Surely that should be at 500. Big up to Aris. Thank you very much. Just with a super sticker. Didn't bother saying anything. Much love to you, Aris. Really appreciate you there down under. Enjoy the game, my man. And let's hope Spurs get the win for you. Really appreciate that. And then Rafe has said the 2 unlimited super panel chaps. What plan will we go for if we go behind? Do we have the subs for it? Well, this is the question, Rafe, isn't it? First of all, thank you for your super chat. This is the question. If we're going to go behind, how do we come back from that, right? What have we got on the bench? Because Kudus and Mawani are the obvious ones, but I'm guessing in an ideal world, Frank would not want to have to use those guys. Mawani, obviously, first start the other night, not ready for another start. And Kudus has played, I feel like he's played every minute other than the Doncaster game this year. So, again, with Kudus, do you really want to be bringing him on in a game like this? I'm guessing if we need to salvage it. So let's see, Rafe. It's a valid question. It's a very valid question. Big up to you, my man. Big up to Andy, my man. How you doing? Hope you are well, bro. Really appreciate the super sticker. Let me know your score prediction, Andy. This is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. A lot of injuries, but hey, we've put out a team that should give it a go. Whether we win, lose, or draw, give it a go. Let's see what happens. Can Xavi Simons, in his best performance in a Spurs shirt, will Brennan Johnson get back into the goals? Can Bergvall and Sarr show why everyone's raving about them? Can, we'll see. We'll see. There are 2.5 minutes. By the way, Man City are losing 1-0. Manchester City are 1-0 down. The goal was scored by Gonçalo Franco, the Portuguese midfielder, with his second goal of the season. So Gonçalo Franco has given Swansea the lead. So Swansea 1, Man City 0, and Wolves 0, Chelsea 1. 13 minutes into both games. Arsenal are 0-0 with Brighton, and Liverpool are 0-0 with Palace, and Hibernian 0, Rangers 1 in Scotland. Hibernian 0, Rangers 1 in Scotland. So loads and loads and loads and loads of football going on tonight. We are just over 2 minutes away from kickoff. Let's see. We've had a few subs tonight. So first of all, thank you very much to everyone that subscribed. We've had 10 subscribers in this show. If you would like to subscribe, please do. Much appreciated. And thank you to Anonymous. Anonymous, who has just bought me a coffee. I don't know who you are, but Anonymous just said, thank you for the show. Well, thank you. So Anonymous has just bought me a coffee, and that link is pinned if anyone did want to. But of course, you don't have to. Yes, it is straight to penalties if the game was to be a draw. So, guys and girls, we're about to get underway. They've got the military on the pitch. I believe you've got a lot of the military there with their reefs on the pitch. And the players will be out very, very shortly. So, yeah, Tyneside remembers the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force and the Army. They gave their tomorrow for our today. That's a lovely banner, that is. So the players are around the centre circle. And obviously I can't really do a minute silence. It'll be weird on YouTube, but good to see. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, man. Look, let's get the win. I'd love to. Chelsea are 2-0 up. I'm seeing Wolves are atrocious, aren't they? Young Tyreek George, the young 19-year-old striker, has got the second. So Chelsea are 2-0 up. Man City are 1-0 down. And Arsenal and Liverpool are currently both 0-0. So it's all happening across the Carabao Cup fixtures. And then the 5th Carabao Cup fixture is ours that will kick off in a minute once the wreaths have been laid and once the referee gets the game underway. And yeah, big up Queen Ellie. How you doing, Ellie? How you doing? Much love to you. Yes, Porro is the captain. Jack Burton said 6 a.m. start here. Not bad at all. Where are you, Jack? Where is it 6 a.m. in the world? Let us know. Where are you? Big up to you, Jack. Big up to Ren. How you doing? Long time no see. Hope you are well. Big up to you. Big up to you. And the military, they are just walking off the pitch right now. It looks like the minute silence was observed impeccably. Okay, right. So it's Australia, either 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in Australia. So big up to each of you. Big up to Michael. Big up to Rick. Big up to Jack. Ren's there as well. Rick's in Victoria. Big up to you. We're about to get this game off and underway. Xavi Simons, as Spurs are going to kick from left to right. Can we get the win and get through to the quarterfinals of the Cup? And we are underway. We are underway. Left to right. Spurs in the yellow kit. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited for this. Evening to Claire. Hope you're doing well. How you doing, Claire? Nice to see you. Joshua is in Canada, so big up to you out there in Canada. Hope you're all well. And the ball goes out for a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur down on the halfway line. Just under 30 seconds gone. So the throw-in is going to be taken by Pedro Porro, who is your captain for tonight. Let me know, is the sound good? Am I nice and clear? Let me know if the sound is good. By the way, they're just showing in the bottom corner. I think they're showing the Swansea goal. Wow, that's a great goal. That's a great goal in the Swansea game. The Swansea 1, Man City 0. Nothing's happening in our game at the moment. Don't worry. Nothing's happening in our game at the moment. So here's Paulinho starting at centre-back, knocks it long into Richie, who brings it down, lays it off to Sarr. He gives it to Jed Spence, who's high up, wide on the left. Can Spurs get off to a quick start here? Jed Spence plays the ball into Rodrigo Bentancur. Bentancur lays it out wide to Pedro Porro. Back into Paulinho in defence. He'll give it back to Porro. Porro dinks the ball over the top into the path of Brennan Johnson, but it's too much on the ball and it's gone out for a goal kick to Aaron Ramsdale. So it looks very much at the moment, from what I can see, that... Let's see. Let's try and get this shape, shall we? Let's see as the game goes on. So it looks like it's the back four with the midfield three, from what I can see, as a foul's given away by Sarr against Votamard in about 40 yards away from goal. So it looks to me that we're playing the 4-3-2-1, maybe 4-3. Simmons is tucked in, but we'll find out as the game goes on what formation we're actually playing. But it is a free kick to Newcastle, about 40 yards from the Spurs goal. It's always interesting watching games without the sound on. Really interesting watching games without the sound on because you can't get the atmosphere going. Anyway, Tonali's taken the free kick out wide. He didn't put it into the box, but it's gone to Alanga, and that's blocked immediately by Jed Spence. And I think that's gone out for a throw, maybe a corner. I think it's gone out for a throw. It's a throw in. Yeah, it's a throw into Newcastle deep on the right-hand side. And it looks like that's going to be Emil Kraft taking that. And then really good play by Pedro Porro, who clears the ball. Unfortunately, he's giving it straight back to Newcastle. And Tonali's just going to sit in there and dictate things, isn't he? But good defending again by Jed Spence, and it's going to be a throw-in. Newcastle take it quickly. Looks like Xavi Simons is very much inside, very much tucked inside. Not a lot's happened from either team. Not a lot's happened. Harvey Barnes goes down. I don't know if he's given a free kick or he's given a throw-in. It's a throw-in to Newcastle. No, it's not. It's a free kick to Newcastle. Left, just in line with the 18-yard box, left of centre. And Newcastle have got the big lads up there, haven't they? You can see Tiao is up there and Voldemar. Byrne is another big lad they've got up in that penalty area. As Tonali whips the cross in, it's gone deep to the back post. Headed across, it's dropped, blocked, laid off to the edge of the area, and then really well blocked by Paulinho. And can Spurs clear it? Yes, they can in the end. So Spurs clear the ball. Andy, I've got no chocolate tonight. I've eaten my chocolate quota for the day. Got no chocolate tonight, my man. No chocolate. So Newcastle having most of the ball, as you would expect, being the home team at the moment. Alex, I really don't think you understand. I mean, have you seen the team we've got out there? You've got to have the players to hold the ball up, and we haven't got that. Here is Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson plays the ball back into Paulinho. I love the way the game is 4 minutes old and we've got fans like this, honestly. Honestly, maybe not a Spurs fan, but just silly football fans. Nothing's really happened yet. Nothing's happened at all. There's Kinski. He dinks the ball out wide to Brennan Johnson. But Xavi Simons can get that, can he? He wins the ball, gets it to Brennan Johnson, but it's fallen to Bentancur, who puts it back out to Xavi Simons. Simons now lays the... Xavi Simons is not starting off the left. He's very much inside here. And Jed Spence is providing the width. As Xavi Simons with a cross-field pass that wasn't the greatest. And Jed Spence can't keep it on. So not really anything that's happened here of note. Nothing that's really happened. Neither team have really done a lot. But again, I don't see many players in this team, as I said, that are going to hold the ball up. I don't think Richie will. I don't think Sarr and Bergvall will. So I do think we're going to be a team on the counter here. And we are, for me, going to miss... we're going to miss Kudus gratefully. Here's Jed Spence. Plays it back into Kinski, who clears it first time down the channel into Richarlison, but it goes over him. Bentancur wins the header. Now to Richie. Now he lays it off nicely to Bergvall. Bergvall goes past his man and then lays it back into Paulinho. Paulinho spreads the ball wide to Brennan Johnson, who can't keep it on, and it's a Newcastle throw. So here's the ball played back across to Shah. He goes across to Emil Kraft. Xavi isn't awful. Stop this. Stop. This is where people get silly. Just give him time. He's just joined. Give him time. There's a ball played through by Newcastle, and they're in, they're through. Here's Ramsey, shoots, it's blocked by Porro, and now Bergvall can drive forward with a ball. Bergvall plays it out to Richie. Richie falls over, of course. Have you ever seen a player on the floor as much as Richie? He's always on the floor. But the ball was played into Ramsey, who got his shot away, but a nice block by Porro. And I just wonder who's going to hold the ball up for Tottenham. Arsenal still 0-0. Liverpool still 0-0. City 1-0 down at Swansea. And Chelsea 2-0 up away at Wolves. Here's Jed Spence driving forward. And the ball goes into Richarlison. He's through, is he? What have you got? Richarlison shoots, blocked by Thiaw. And that was more positive. We got the ball into Richarlison. He drove forward through the left-hand channel. But again, no part of me ever really thought it was going to end up in a goal. But more positive from Richie there. Yes, James, I still do want him. Yes, he needs time. God, I can only imagine these people don't have proper jobs in life, have never had a job. How can everyone be so dismissive of a footballer after 5, 6, 7 games? It is unbelievable. Long throw from Danso into the box, flicked on, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Spurs are asking for a corner, but it's gone out for a goal kick. No, but come on, listen, come on. I don't do this childish sort of stuff. Come on. He's not playing well, but he needs time. He needs to learn and grow into the team. Let's not do this writing off a player after 5 or 6 games thing. It's ridiculous. Come on. It's absolutely ridiculous. Many of you would have written off Son and Modric. Spurs having a bit more of the ball now. Here's Brennan Johnson. And of course, he gives the ball away and he's gone down. Brennan Johnson's gone down injured, holding his knee. No, he's going to get back up. He's gone down, but Brennan Johnson got to hold it up there. I'll be honest, James, people like you, James, go and watch another channel. We know he's not playing well. We know he's not. He needs time. He needs time. Just relax. Just relax. So the ball now with Fabian Schär in the centre-back area. He gives it to Thiaw, and Thiaw now goes across to Dan Burn, who's playing left-back. And then Bentancur tries to nick the ball off Voldemort, but he holds it up well, lays it back into Tonali. And now Newcastle building up from the back, not really going anywhere at the moment. Here's Thiaw. And they're not going. They've still got it on the halfway line. Yeah, Rick, that's my worry. That's my worry, Rick. I don't think people watch footballers. Yeah, he's not started well, but I'm not worried. Good turn by Voldemort. Out. Oh, it's into the side netting. It's into the side netting. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Watching someone like Voldemort, that is exactly what I think we need. A focal point up top who links up play, brings others into the game. Good footwork. Played it into Harvey Barnes. And Barnes' shot hit the side netting. That's what I think we lack, that centre forward that really knits the play together, that links up the game. Here's Tonali. Really well done by Bentancur again. Wins the ball. Really good play, Bentancur. Here's Bergvall. He gives it to Richie. Back to Bergvall. Nice touch by Bergvall. Gets the pass just behind Porro, but Porro retrieves it. Now Porro sweeps the ball. And a good idea, very wrong execution. Yeah. I mean, Mwani's much better at it, right? And he will, once he gets fitter, we'll see him more and more and more. But that's the difference, right? Vodemade is very good with his feet. He links up play. He knits it together. He's a good focal point. People have got to remember that Mwani started his first game for about 6 months on the weekend. So I didn't think he was going to start another one immediately. But the game is going how I thought it was. I thought that Newcastle would have the football. We've got a very workmanlike midfield here. I'm so desperate for us to buy a ball-playing 8. I really am. And there's brilliant defending by Jed Spence. Superb defending by Jed Spence, who didn't just get the tackle in. He won the goal kick as well. Yeah, look, I think the problem is if you want the Porro that plays for Spain, you've got to put the players around him that play for Spain, right? He hasn't got those technical footballers around him at Spurs. He hasn't. He's got these players. So, it is what it is. Anyway, here's Dan Burn at left back. Back into Tiao. Newcastle with the ball, not really going anywhere at the moment. Here's Kraft. He goes back into, was that Willock? I'm not sure. The ball goes out to Harvey Barnes, who his loose header, Porro mopped up and headed the ball back to Kinski. Kinski now knocks the ball long into Richie. That's a good touch. Here's Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons with Brennan Johnson, Richarlison in front of him. He gives it to Brennan Johnson. Oh, Johnson. Oh, Johnson. Oh, Johnson. It was a really good passage from Spurs, that. The ball was really well held up by Richie. Laid it off to Simons. Simons found Johnson in loads of space. And he had time, take a touch, whip it in, have a shot. And he did nothing but slice the ball out. And there's Bentancur mopping up for Spurs again and winning a free kick for the foul on Paulinho. Yeah, just that's where you see the quality of a player, right? You got the time. Do you whip in the ball low in front of the keeper? Do you pull it back? Do you have a shot across goal? And in the end, he did nothing. Here's Bentancur, lays it off to Kevin Danso. Into Jed Spence. Takes on his man. Now lays it into Bentancur. Bentancur plays it across to Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro into Bentancur. Turns nicely. He's lost the ball there. He's asking for a foul. The ref said no. That was poor from Bentancur. And there's the ball into the channel to Tonali. But Paulinho goes at him. The ball's whipped across and Paulinho puts it out for a corner. Well, some of these players really make you realise how good the likes of Kudus are, don't they? They really do. Really, really do. Anyway, corner kick to Newcastle. Out on the right-hand side. I don't know if this is going to... Looks like this is going to be a right-footed in-swinger, unless he gives it short to Elanga. It's a right-footed out-swinger and dealt with by Spurs. Really well dealt with there by Xavi Simons, who mops up and wins the, gives away the throw-in. Thank you very much, by the way, to Andy, who's just sent me a coffee. He said, happy birthday for Saturday, Sava. Buy some chocolate, not coffee. Green and blacks. Green and blacks. Thank me later. This green and blacks is some of my favourite. Big up to you, Andy. That's very, very generous. Very generous indeed, my man. It's not till Saturday, my birthday, but we'll take it on the Wednesday. It's just, it's what I say every game. The ball doesn't stick up front. This is the problem. This is the problem. Without Kudus, there is nobody for the ball to stick up front to. Brennan Johnson hasn't got that in his locker. Richie hasn't really. Good play by Xavi Simons. Really good play by Xavi Simons and wins the free kick. Did well there, battling up against, I think that was Tiao. Mace, I say this all the time and I keep getting knocked back. All Sean and all them lot tell me I'm wrong. Told you, no one at this football club is a passing midfielder. No one. Told you. Look at Tonali. He puts his foot on the ball and he's just spraying it about. We don't have that. Till we get that, it's going to be difficult. There's the throw-in from Dan Burn. And this time it goes over to Paulinho, who clears it down the line. Tonali wins it back to Voldemar. He's got lovely feet, hasn't he? He has got good feet. And then across, headed away. And it's going to land at the feet of Dan Burn on the left-hand side. Oh, Mace, we need a ball-playing midfielder desperately. This is why when everyone creams their pants over players like Bergvall and Sarr and Gray, and I told you, just we need a ball-playing midfielder desperately. But it's 0-0 at St. James's Park. Andy, I'm doing the game Saturday, then going out. Yeah, I know. I could have done with it being an earlier kickoff instead of the 5:30, but it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. Yeah, Mark Taylor. Yeah, we do need better. We know that. We know that. I think most sensible fans know that. If you want to play a hold-up type of game, you've got to buy those types of players. So I'm not, as I said, I'm not surprised. Whenever I see this, I'm not surprised. As the ball goes across to Kinski. To be fair, though, I mean, Newcastle have had one chance, but they haven't really done too much with the ball that they've had. Here's Bergvall. Turns. Here's Porro. Gives it into Paulinho. Across to Sarr. Sarr goes one more. No, he doesn't. He goes back into Bentancur. And Bentancur goes back to Sarr. And he goes back into Kinski. And then the ball is won by Burn, but into Brennan Johnson. What have you got, Brennan? Take him on. Brennan Johnson whips across in. It's hit the first man and gone out for a throw. I suppose that was better from Johnson. He's just not got the... I don't know. There's just something I find it really hard to watch Brennan Johnson. Porro with a throw into Paulinho. Now Porro again. Plays it off of Harvey Barnes for another throw into Tottenham Hotspur. Here's Pedro Porro with a throw. Porro into Paulinho. Whips it across to Danso. Danso thought about putting it to Spence. Didn't. Got it back to Sarr. 58% possession for Newcastle. 42% for Spurs. Paulinho puts the ball forward to Richie, given away. One back by Xavi Simons. But the ref has given offside against Richie. Really poor to be offside there. Really poor. Come on, Richie. Got to do better. Anyway, here's Thiago at the back. Nothing's really happened for the last 10 minutes in this game. I mean, Newcastle have had some of the a lot of the ball, but haven't really done anything with it. Here's Fabian Shaw into Willock. Back to Fabian Shaw. Back into Willock. Gives it to Tonali. Back out to Alanga. He plays the ball down the line. It's whipped in. And Danso clears it. He acknowledges that he should have listened to Kinski, saying he couldn't hear it, I think. But Spurs, they had that dealt with between Danso and Kinski, but it is going to go for a corner. I will be so happy once we get Mawani fit, Simmons up to pace, Kulu, Maddison, Adogi, Romero. Man City have equalised, by the way. Jeremy Doku has equalised for Man City away at Swansea. The Arsenal game is 0-0 against Brighton. Liverpool are 0-0 against Palace. And Wolves 0, Chelsea 2. So it looks like Chelsea at the moment are going through comfortably. Corner kick whipped in, headed down, and it's 1-0. 1-0, and Spurs have been undone at a set piece, which is very unlike us. Fabian Schär with the header. It was a good corner kick, swung into the danger zone. Schär was there, and you'd probably say that Newcastle deserved that on the balance of play. But it was a corner kick whipped in, and Fabian Schär got there. I don't know who was marking him. Let's have another look at this. So the corner kick comes in. Who's marking him? There's 4 of them coming from deep. And then no one really went with him. No one's gone with him at all. No one's gone with him at all. And 1-0 down. It was simple, wasn't it? Corner kick, swung in, and Spurs are 1-0 down. In other news, Crystal Palace are 1-0 up. Crystal Palace are 1-0 up through Ismail Sarr. And Chelsea are 3-0 up via Esteval. So Chelsea are 3-0 up. Palace are 1-0 up. And Newcastle have taken the lead here at St. James's Park. And there were 4 of them on the edge of the box. When the corner came in, they all ran in. And no one really dealt with it. No one really dealt with it at all. I'd like to see that again. I don't know what the Spurs players are complaining about, but I don't know. Richie has been booked, I think, for dissent. And here's Jed Spence at the other end. Here he goes forward. Gives the ball to Bergvall. Bergvall's out on the left-hand side. Lays the ball off to Papa Sarr. Back into Xavi Simons now. Simons turns. Gives the ball to Paulinho. It goes back into Danso. Back into Sarr now. And there's the ball out wide to Jed Spence. And the problem is, as you saw there, every time he gets it, he wants to come back on his right foot. The defender knows that and just sticks his leg out. The defender knows that and just sticks his leg out. So it's going to be a long throw by Danso. Long way to go in the game. Newcastle 1. Tottenham Hotspur 0. Just asking the question, could Spence have taken that on the outside and got across him with his left? Maybe that's what a Dogie gives you when he plays right. So a long throw by Danso. And that one's cleared. Only as far as Pedro Porro. I don't know why their Porro had to go all the way back to the keeper. Porro had loads of time and space. No idea why he had to go back to the goalkeeper. And then the ball played long, Sarr heads it down and into the arms of Aaron Ramsdale, who takes a goal kick quickly. It's gone all the way down the channel. Paulinho should mop this up, but Willock's fighting him for it. Willock's done ever so well. He's beaten him. His ball has been flicked across. It's cleared it out by Pedro Porro into Barnes. Barnes, one-on-one with Porro, lays it back to Byrne and into the arms of Kinski. So 1-0 down. What have we got? This is where we see, right? This is where we see. What have we got? We know we've not got a lot on the bench. We know that. So what have we got in game to change this? Ball goes up to Richie, who is fouled, and he's rolling around like he's been shot as always. He's so dramatic. He's so dramatic, isn't he? The ball goes into Paulinho. Now Porro. Porro puts the ball into Richie. Richie lays the ball off to Brennan Johnson. Does well there. Gives it to Bentancur. Bentancur gives it to Xavi Simons. Back into Porro. Now Simons, who just dropped into a bit of space. Nice turn by Xavi Simons. Lays it back to Porro. Back into Paulinho. Now, a nice little touch there by Simmons. Bentancur dinks a ball over the top. Bergval's going to run onto that. But Ramsdale's come 35, 40 yards out of his goal to clear it. Did well there, to be fair, Ramsdale. As Bergval was the one chasing through. Let's have a look. I don't know if he would have got there first. There were two defenders there, so I think they would have mopped it up. So Sarr now pops a ball into Paulinho, goes back to Kinski. I just don't know where the creativity is going to come from. Genuinely don't know where the creativity is going to come from. As Kinski pings the ball out wide. And then Brennan Johnson can't keep it on and it goes off. Crystal Palace are 2-0 up at Liverpool. Crystal Palace are 2-0 up at Liverpool. If I'm not wrong. They are 2-0 up. Liverpool are having a mare. So, Palace are 2-0 up. The second goal was scored by Sarr. Ismail Sarr has got a brace away at Anfield. Here's Xavi Simmons, turns. He's got space. Who's he got in front of him, though? Good ball out to Spence. Spence now dinks a ball into the box over everybody. And this is the problem. Xavi Simmons is picking the ball up in that half space. But then when you look in front of him, there's zero quality. Johnson, Richarlison, Bergval, there's no attacking threat. This is where we really do realise how good, Kudus is, right? Top player. So, Man City half-time that game. Swansea 1, Man City 1. Arsenal half-time. 0-0 against Brighton. Brighton have had 10 shots to Arsenal's 4 in that game. So that's an interesting one going on there. As Voldemar plays the ball down the channel straight into Kinski. So Arsenal 0, Brighton 0 is half-time. Swansea 1, Man City 1 is half-time. The other two games are still in injury time. As Paulinho holds off Voldemar. And the ball now sprayed out by Kinski to Danso. This is what I said still before the game. Just think, when you look at these players going forward, who's got something in their feet? Here's Porro. Porro plays a great ball into Johnson. Heads it onto Bergval. Lays it across. Richie. Oh, Richarlison. Oh, my gosh. He is dreadful, isn't he? He is dreadful. Oh, it was a lovely move. The first good move from Spurs. Dreadful. Dreadful from Richarlison. Absolutely dreadful. Really good move by Spurs. They played it. A good ball by Porro. Johnson flicked it over with his head over the back four. Bergval laid it off first time. And Richie just, he is dreadful, isn't he? He is such a bad footballer. And now another yellow card for Spurs. That was a really good move. So Porro, here you go, into Johnson. Header into Bergval. He's onside. Bergval puts it across. And Richie just ran in front of the ball. Richie just ran in front of the ball. Hold your run, man. Oh, come on. That was a really good move from Tottenham. As it is, there is a free kick on the right-hand side for Newcastle. But that was better from Spurs. Really good move. Porro, Johnson, Bergval, cross. Ugh. But we're in this game. All the while it's 1-0, we're in this game. So free kick whipped in by Tonali. And Kinski claims that nice and calmly. Now throws the ball out to Bergvall. That's a great throw to Bergvall. He's driving down the channel. Bergvall takes his man on and then loses the ball. Oh, gosh, Bergvall. He did all the hard work. He made the run. He got down the channel and you're thinking, just hold it up and lay it off. Oh. Anyway, some more promising signs for Spurs in the last couple of minutes. Here's Xavi Simons. Plays the ball down the line to Jed Spence. Takes his man on brilliantly. What have you got, Jed? Jed lays it off to Xavi Simons. Simons lays it off to the edge of the box to Bentancur. Into Bergvall. To Brennan Johnson across the box. Oh! And he couldn't quite get it into the path of Richie. But this is much better. Much better from Spurs in the last 3 or 4 minutes. It was Simons to Bentancur, to Bergvall, to Johnson across the face of goal, but just a little bit. It needed a little bit of whip rather than the direct pass. But that's much better from Spurs. Much better in the last few minutes. Much better in the last few minutes. Can we score while we're getting a little bit of joy through the middle there for Spurs? Here's Danso. Does really well. Turns his man. Gives it to Jed Spence, who done very well for that goal, for that chance. I just never feel that Richarlison's going to finish anything off. I never feel that. Couple of chances there where we're in the box and you're thinking, come on, Richie, you've got to. He just doesn't quite get it done. Here's Spurs. We won the ball in midfield. Here's Papa Sarr. Gives it to Jed Spence. Does well. Driving through the channel. Lays it off to Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons. But to be fair, Willett got back at him really well. He takes on Simons, then Porro, but then plays the ball out for a Spurs throw. But this is much better. Much better from Spurs as we approach the last 10 minutes of the first half. By the way, Liverpool 2-0 down at half-time at home to Palace. Arsenal 0, Brighton 0. Swansea 1, Man City 1 at half-time. And Chelsea 3-0 up away. In the last 10 minutes, Spurs have had 71% possession. Marios, this is the squad we've got, my man. This is the squad we've got. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Got to buy better. Got to buy better. But you've got Kulu out, Maddison out, Solanke out, Mawani getting to fitness. So it will change. It will change. Spurs building up here. Great ball. Bergvall into Spence. Crosses it first time. And the defenders cleared it, but much better from Spurs. Here's Bergvall. Beats his man. Bergvall lays it back to nobody and it's cleared by Newcastle. Much better from Spurs this last 10. Much better. As Tonali's down injured. Looks like he's going to get back to his feet. And this is absolutely it. This is absolutely it. It's his instincts. He never looks like he's going to score, does he? Never looks like he's going to score. Top strikers are in the right position. They know where to be, right? They know where to be. Anyway, much better since the goal from Tottenham. There's Bentancur. Plays it long. Johnson has held off the ball by Dan Burn. And now Harvey Barnes can drive down the wing with the ball. But Spurs mopped that up. I actually think Spurs, other than the goal, I think we've been quite comfortable at the back. Plasma, grow up. We're not doing this. He's had enough time. He's played about 6-7 games for Tottenham. Just relax. Talking about Xavi Simons. Relax. There's a ball down the channel into Richie. He's actually won that, Richie. He's done well there. He's held it up. And then he's pinged it out wide to Brennan Johnson. Spurs are playing well at the moment. Here's Brennan Johnson to Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro whips in the cross, but it's blocked by Dan Burn. And Danso wins it. Shoots from 20 yards straight into the arms of Kinski. Much better. Much, much better from Spurs in this last 10, 12 minutes. But Danso, I mean, he never looked like he was going to, trouble the keeper, but much better. At the moment, just trying to probe and get that opening. Yeah, Mace, people like, but you've got to remember, Plasma rates some very, very bad footballers. So don't worry about him. For a year or so in my chat, he's rated them. But he's not, is he? He's not very below average. This is silly. Again, we're too reactionary. He's not below average, is he? Come on. I really do get some silly people in here, don't I? I think we've actually done all right here. Problem is, we just can't afford to go 2 down. We've got a minimum going 1 down at half time, minimum. Richie heads the ball away. But Alanga gets there, lays it off to Tonali, dinks it in. It's gone across to everyone. And there's the volley over the bar, off the bar from Harvey Barnes. And a bit of a let off for Spurs. Spurs have been dominant in this last 10, 12 minutes. But Newcastle just reminding us there that they are the home team and in this game. Look at the state of football, fans, in 2025. Look at it. Is Xavi a flop? Oh my gosh, I hope none of you ever have to start a new job somewhere and be judged within 3 months. It is ridiculous, isn't it? As I said, look at my video from yesterday, people. Look at my video from yesterday where I said the era of now. Too many fans are very immature, just say silly things. But even asking a question is ridiculous, Kofi, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Modric. What did Modric do for his first 3 months? Do you know what I mean? Son in his first season. You know, Omri, Bergkamp. There's been so many. Just relax. Just relax. It's absolutely crazy. Here's Porro. Plays the ball out wide to Bentancur. Back into Porro. Chris, I heard all this about David Silva when he came to the Premier League. I heard this about Phil Foden. I heard this about Luka Modric. Mario, honestly, I'm done with you, mate. You don't understand football. You can't play Kudus and Van der Ven every single minute of every single game. You've got to have some... You've got to be able to rest players. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Are we getting destroyed? I don't think we're getting destroyed. I think we've been the better team in the last 15, 20 minutes. What do you mean are we getting destroyed? Oh, honestly, I genuinely hate YouTube sometimes. It's so childish. People like Marios, just children. Why not? Why can't I? Why can't I? Marios, I'm going to ask nicely. Can you stop? It's just so silly. You hate every team he picks, every sub he picks. Kudus looks tired. You didn't see the other day how tired Kudus looked. Van der Ven, an injury-prone centre-half. You don't think at times he needs some minutes off? I mean, come on, man. It's just so childish. So childish. I've never known anything like it. I've never known anything like it. If any of these children were around when Luka Modric first joined Spurs, they'd right now be calling him a flop. Right now. Here's Jed Spence. down the channel, taking on Tonali. And the ref doesn't give a free kick. Spence wants one. He's not getting one. Bentancur does well, wins the ball high up. Tonali's going to retrieve it. And it goes back to the centre halves. Here's Paulinho driving forward. Does well. Here he is. Good turn. Does really well. Crosses the ball over. And Richie's fallen over again. Xavi Simons can retrieve it. Good ball into Bergvall. Shoots. Blocked. Tonali. Oh, gosh. We're creating. We're actually creating some chances. I don't take it personal. I just think when people are childish, they're childish. It's just so stupid. Look how childish people are. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Honestly. Here's Johnson. Spurs finishing the half strongly. Good ball in by Johnson. Over. It's cleared. The header away again. I tell you what, I think we've done really well this last 15, 20. I think we've done really well. Here's Bentancur into Johnson. Now to Papa Sarr. Bentancur. We're actually playing some good stuff. We're actually playing some decent stuff, but I just don't know if we've got the killer instinct. Yeah, I don't understand it. Always on the floor. There's going to be 2 minutes of injury time. Here's Xavi Simons driving through the middle, and he is tripped cynically in midfield as he was about to open his body up. He was tripped cynically. He's getting some good positions in the middle of the park there, Xavi Simons. I don't think he's been terrible. I think he's getting in some good positions. He's trying to drive at them, and there he did really well. Nick past the player. You know, it's what you... When you've got Brennan Johnson and Richarlison, you're going to be, right? Agreed. Problem is the younger fans don't remember this. The younger fans are all very entitled through the right side. Got to remember that. They're all very entitled. They're brought up in this era where they get whatever they want. Header! Oh, Richie! Header at goal. I think we've been the better team. I do. I think this last 20 minutes, we've been the better team. I just don't think we've got a goal. Richarlison, if Richarlison was Voldemort, I think we'd be winning this. As the two dogs come to say hello. What's in your mouth? What you got in your mouth? Good play by Xavi Simons, who's tripped again. Spurs get on with it quickly. Here's Bergvall driving forward. Here's Xavi Simons. From outside, he shoots. It's blocked. Here's Bergvall. Back to Xavi Simons. And he shoots again, and it's tipped over the bar. It's tipped over the bar, and the ref's given a goal kick. He surely tipped that over the bar. Surely, I think Xavi Simons is coming into this game nicely. Surely Ramsdale tipped that, didn't he? I might be wrong. Oh, he touched that. You could see his gloves move. Oh, I actually think that we've done well there. After the goal, I think we've really, really woken up after that goal. And we've had more possession in the game. We've had more shots, more on target. We just haven't got that guy, have we? We haven't got that goal scorer. We're breaking forward. To be fair, Bergvall and Sarr driving through. Xavi picking up the ball in dangerous areas in the number 10 position. Where's the cutting edge? I don't know. We are still in this game, people. We are still in this game. It is half time. Yes, it is. Let me just quickly reset the clock there. 1 second. Let me reset the clock. 5 words. Let me know what you think. I think, as usual, I think so many are being so harsh. I thought we were actually good in that half. slow start, I actually thought we started building and building and building into the game and got in behind them. You know, I actually think we shouldn't be losing this. We should be level or in front. Problem is, we can't finish our dinner. We cannot finish our dinner. That's where we need to get Kudus and Mawani, Madison, Kulusevski, Solanke. It's 5 very big attacking players. I thought we really moved the ball a lot quicker in that last 20 minutes, and we've had more possession, we've had more shots, but we are 1-0 down. And unfortunately, in football, the only number that counts is the score. But I thought that was much better. I thought we were much better there. Really, really much better. The question is going to be this. All right. The question is going to be this. Will we see Mawani and Kudus? How fit is Mawani? How fit is Mawani? How much of a rest did Kudus need? Got to think about Saturday's game against Chelsea. Obviously, is how many hours away? Let me work this out quickly. 68, 69 hours away from playing Chelsea at home. So does he not? I don't know. I think keep yourself in it, get to the last 20, 25, then maybe Mawani and Kudus come on to try and give us some cutting edge. Maybe. Wolves have pulled a goal back, by the way. Let's go over to the multi-view. Oh, look who it is. Greek people. Greek people. I'm allowed to say that because I am Greek. Steph, what did you think?
I think Newcastle must be disappointed they're not winning by a couple of goals.
Really?
Yeah. I think also the goal they scored, right? I've watched it back. Why does Bergvall push Danzo out of the way? He literally pushes Danzo out of the way. He was jumping up to defend the header. I think Danzo wins the header if Bergvall doesn't push him.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
And you know what? I didn't think about it before the game, but I'm gonna say it now. I don't think we should have dropped Vicario. I think Vicario saves that ball that went in the net. Kinski dived into the net. So I've got to say the goalie and Bergvall for the goal they scored were pretty poor. Poor. Having said that, listen, they hit the crossbar from 2 yards out. They should have freaking put that in the back of the net. Yeah. I think it's clear to me that we've created enough chances to get something from this, but Richarlison is hands down the worst striker I've ever seen play for Tottenham Hotspur. And we've seen some bad strikers, Postiga, Vincent Janssen. We've seen some crap. This guy, honestly, he's a B-Tech Jason Dezelle. He's awful, man. He's absolutely 3 times the ball's come in the box to him and he's missed the ball. He's actually missed the ball. And then, just to kill it, in case every Spurs fan isn't in their WhatsApp group going, fucking Richie, he's so... Because I guarantee you there's a million Spurs fans that are just abusing Richie in WhatsApp groups. On the 46th minute, just before half-time, he gets a free header, and from 6 yards out, he heads it to the goalie. I'm like, you're awful. He's so bad.
He is terrible.
He tonight has cost us from scoring a goal so far. By the way, I don't think Johnson's had a particularly great game. I don't think Xavi's having a good game. Bergvall's doing all right. He's doing all right. I
think Xavi Simons is working his way into it. He's starting to pick the ball up in dangerous areas and playing. Look, what I would say is this. I think we started off...
Richie's killed us. Killed us.
Stel, you're not going to get any... How long you know me? You've known me years. You are not going to get any arguments from me on that. I think in the last 20 minutes there, we've really opened them up. But it's that... You know what? The final ball is the most important one. And a couple of those final balls have been really good into Richie. and he's either behind it or in front of it, or when the header comes in, it's like he wants to take the header too quickly. I never feel he's going to score still, ever.
Sava, he's awful. He's awful. He's awful. We say it every week. He's actually getting worse. He's getting worse. His link-up play, he falls over. He goes to ground. He looks at the ref. He moans. Play football. But he can't. He can't play football because he's not a footballer. So that's why he does all that shithousery stuff, because he can't play football. And honestly, we could listen. I think Newcastle have been the better team, but not, like I said, they're not battering us. We've had chances. We're getting into them, but Johnson had a chance. Cross it or shoot. He kicks it off the fucking pitch. I'm like, what? How have you done that? And on the other side of the pitch, you got Xavi Simons. He's charging forward. I'm like, lay it off. And he turns back, and it's just frustrating. You don't need to do that. Shoot or pass. So I'm going to go back to what I said before kickoff. We need 2 players out of Richie, Johnson, Simons and Bergvall to have really good games tonight, and we're not getting it. We're not getting it. And that's the difference right now for me. Yes, Newcastle are getting into us. Yes, they've created chances, but so have we. We have got into them and we've created chances, but 2 out of the 4 are not having a good game so far. Simons and Bergvall not doing bad, but they're not doing well enough.
Yeah, I thought those 2 grew into the game, but the problem for me is the same every week. When that ball goes into, let's use today, it's Johnson and Richarlison, right? Still, that could be Odegaard or Tell. When the ball goes into those 4 footballers, do you know how much of me gets off my seat thinking we're going to score? None. Right? Now, in the days where you've got Son and you've got Kane and you've got Jermaine Defoe and Robbie Keane and Berbatov, you go, we're scoring here. These players are not good enough, right? It doesn't matter how much people want to defend them. They are not good enough. Now, Bergvall's young. Simons just joined. They'll get time. Johnson and Richie have been here for years. And you're seeing today, Brennan Johnson, when he's asked to actually hold a ball up or bring others into the game, he is atrocious. He is atrocious. But
I can't watch him. He's not a footballer. He's not a football player. Do you know, a couple of years ago, remember Dan from America, Dan THFC, he called himself.
Little Dan.
He used to go on the football terrace a lot, call himself Dizzy Mizzy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I remember.
He had the audacity on Tottenham away to say that Richarlison is the next R9. I said, are you out of your freaking mind? Like the great one, Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, he's at that level. He goes, you wait and see. Do you know, I wish I could find him because I want to bring him up on those comments. He's horrendous, man. Do you know what, Sava? I'm not even joking. I'd pull him off and let Scarlett have a run. It can't be worse.
I would.
It can't. Scarlett can't be worse than this. I don't see how.
I guess the question is this. Obviously, we wanted to rest certain players for Saturday. But I guess the question is, how long do you leave it while it's 1-0 to bring on, let's say Mawani and Kudus were playing instead of Richie and Johnson. Would the score be 1-0 to Newcastle?
No. I think we score. I think we score
as well. And this is this is the difficulty. In other news, by the way, Liverpool are 2-0 down at home to Crystal Palace. And Arsenal are 0-0 with Brighton. But look at, again, it's hard to just go by stats.
Right, Brighton have been all over Arsenal, by the way. All over.
Yeah. Them. Arsenal having all the shots. I thought it was interesting there because what we need is, the Newcastle striker, Voldemort. That is everything we don't have. The ball goes into him. He holds it up. He lays it off. He's got good feet. He slips people in. When the ball goes up to Richie, I always think, well, this is bouncing off you. And for me, that is why we're losing this game. Yes, the corner, we should have done better, but that is why, because of those two.
I slightly disagree with you on this. I know you say we need someone that can hold up the ball in that. I'm not saying we don't, but I think we just need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net at the moment. There's 3 chances tonight. A decent striker. They
Arsenal
don't even
scored.
deserve it. Do you know what though? That will teach Brighton for missing all their chances. You know,
Keeper.
we just need someone that can connect with the ball. Richie misses the ball completely, and that header just before half time, he heads it to the goalie, and he does this. He's like, even he realised, oh, that was shit, wasn't it? Yeah, it was shit. He's out.
It was
it's
the one played
unbelievable.
across by Bergvall. Most strikers know to anticipate. He's just got no understanding of what's around him, when to run, when to hold the run. Would you bring on Mawani?
Yeah. I think. Listen, I just think we should go for it. We can do this. This game is anyone's. But we're not going to win it with him up front, and we're not going to win it with Johnson and what's his name?
Richie.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. We can't.
I'll be
we need someone that can at least connect with the ball. Like, even Danzo got a freaking shot on target, and he's the centre back.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Because it was almost as though that goal really sparked something in us, where we realised, hang on, we can get at them. We can have the ball in their half. And we started picking up the ball. Bergvall was driving with it. Simmons was running with it. Even Paulinho was driving forward with it. But I feel like we could play all day long and not score a goal with those forwards. So, look, as it stands right now, are you confident we can come back into this? Are you still going for the draw?
Yeah, I am. If he makes changes, though, he's got to bring on. He's got to change it across the top. I say bring on Mawani at half time, and if it's still 1-0 or it's 1-1 with 15-20 to go, then you bring on Kudus and go for it and see what happens. But if we stay like this, we probably go 2-0 down, and then it's all over. Then it's game over. So
it's really strange though, because like this is.
He wants to win it.
It's not actually been a bad half. Like in terms of the last 20, 25 minutes, I don't think we've actually looked terrible going forward on the ball. We've been braver. We've gone forward, and I don't know. It just feels very strange. But
we've had chances. We
really, really have. I'll tell you what I do like about Kinski, to put a positive on him. I like his distribution out. I really like his distribution when he's playing out of his feet. He looks comfortable.
Oh, listen, I don't think Kinski's had a bad game. I don't. I think Vicario probably saves that header. I think he gets down and saves it because he's actually good at that. But I want people to go back and look at it, right? Bergvall pushed Danzo out of the way, and then Danzo, as he's falling forward, he still jumps up and he still out-jumps Bergvall to try and defend the header. If he didn't have to jump from being pushed and he got to jump from where he was, I don't think they score. I think Danzo defends it, but Bergvall pushed him. Go and have a look. It was weird. I just thought that's what. Why would you do that? But well, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, I think we'll probably see a change. The Newcastle players are back out. I think we'll probably see a change 55-60 unless we. Who knows? We might come out and if I'm frank, I'm telling them more of the same, but stop rushing. That would be my message. More of the same, but when you get in those areas, stop rushing. Bit of composure, because Richie is definitely back out there. By the way, Richie is definitely back out there. So,
well, let's hope Richie does something, because if he doesn't, I don't see how we get anything out of this game. So let's hope Richie just finds a little moment and does something good. Let's hope.
Yeah. No worries.
Cool.
No worries, mate.
All right, man.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys. We are away for the second half. It is Newcastle 1, Tottenham 0. It's been a lively game. And the question is, can Spurs get that bit of composure in front of goal? the problem is I just don't rate too many of the forwards. Anyway, really well won back by Sarr and Bergvall in midfield. Here's Bergvall on the left. Lays it back into Sarr. He goes back out to Bentancur, who plays a good ball out wide to Porro. What have we got here? Come on, Spurs. Here's Kevin Danso to Bergvall. Papa Sarr. Spurs starting on the front foot here this half. Actually, I don't think we've played bad at all. Be just our luck. The game that we play decent in to not pick up anything. But a long way to go. Here's Jed Spence on the left. He goes back into Kevin Danso. Paulinho now. Turns well. Does really well. Lays it back to Danso. He goes back into Kinski. Kinski plays it out wide to Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro down the line, but he's given the ball away. Really poor by Porro there. Really poor. Spurs done so well to keep the ball, and then Porro, and then the cross comes in, header over, and it's wide by Willock. And I'll tell you what, that was all Porro's doing, that was. That was all because Porro gave the ball away needlessly. Poor that. Really poor. Listen, Newcastle are going to create their own chances. We don't need to create them for them. Anyway, long way to go. Here's Ramsdale. Plays it out wide to Fabian Schär. Ball pinged forward into the path of Ramsey. Ramsey now, he's got Harvey Barnes on the left. He gives him the ball. Back down the line to Ramsey. Back to Barnes. Spurs have held them up well, but it's gone inside into Tonali, who dinks the ball forward, headed clear by Jed Spence, and then won by Kraft, and he fires high and wide over the bar. Just need more of what we did in the last 20. Yeah, very high and wide that. Oh, I think it was offside. I think it was offside or a free kick or something. Anyway, here's Kinski. Plays the ball into Bentancur. He knocks it into Paulinho. Paulinho dinks the ball forward. Richie's got time to bring that down. Brennan Johnson now. He's such a poor player, Johnson, isn't he? He is so bad. He had all the time in the world. Take a touch, lay it off. He is so bad. I really hope next season we don't see Richie or Johnson in this team. I really don't. Really well won by Simmons. Into Bentancur. Here's Richie. Loses the... Richie, you are so bad. Oh, my gosh. Simmons did brilliantly. Won the ball back in midfield. Played the ball forward. And Richie had time and space. Just nothing in his feet at all. Here's Danso. Now he's given the ball away. And won back by Porro, but he's lost it. And now Newcastle into the box. The ball's dinked across. Kinski's missed it, and it's 2-0. Awful goalkeeping. Awful goalkeeping by Kinski. Awful goalkeeping by Kinski. And Voldemort has made it 2-0. All because we keep giving that bloody ball away. What on earth was the keeper doing? What was he doing? We've gone from Richie having the ball and doing nothing to... Let's have a look here. So the ball goes into... The ball is dinked in. Kinski... He was nowhere near it. What are we doing? There was no danger at Kinski. Oh, Kinski. Oh, dearie me. And that has left us with a mountain to climb. Kinski, I mean, there was no real danger. He'll never get an easier goal. He'll never get an easier goal than that. And we've gone from Richie in their penalty area, and you're thinking, get a shot away, to them scoring a really easy goal. Oh, dearie me. Anyway. Oh, dearie me. So Newcastle 2, Tottenham 0. And it's looking like a tough away game here. I did say I thought this was one away game too many. It's turning out to be that way at the moment, unless Spurs can hit back immediately. Here's Jed Spence. He's giving it away. We don't have footballers that can hold on to the ball. We don't have footballers that can hold on to the ball. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough last 40 minutes here for Tottenham, unless we can get one back. There was no danger. I've said this, I'll say it again. We need a midfielder that holds onto the ball. We need another winger other than Kudus that holds onto the ball. And we need a centre forward that holds onto the ball. And unless we get that, it's going to be difficult. Xavi Simons beats his man, does well. And the ref doesn't. That's a free kick. Got to give it. And he has given it now. Oh, I was going to say, how are you not giving that? But he has given that. That's why I keep saying we needed so much in the window, and we didn't do it. We just didn't do it. But listen, all is not lost. We need to get a goal back. Oh God, yeah, Perchie, where is Marios? Yeah, Marios, who loves Brennan Johnson, loves Kinski. This is the problem, right? Everyone doesn't realise these are the players we've got. Anyway, what can Spurs do? Here's Pedro Porro with a free kick. The ball is whipped in, headed towards goal, and the keeper pushes it away, and that's going to go out for is that a throw or a corner? I couldn't see. Chris, this is the problem. People like Marios go, get Vicario. Listen, I'm not Vicario's biggest fan, but he's a better keeper than Kinski. But fans just go, get him out. We hear this all the time. Get Bentancur out and get this player in. But yeah, when we do, listen, all is not lost. We've still got 37 minutes plus stoppage time. We need to grab a goal soon, you feel. Pedro Porro, corner kick, whipped in, and that's easily cleared by Dan Burn, who's a big old lad. Here's Brennan Johnson. He is dreadful, isn't he? Brennan Johnson is utterly shambolic as a footballer. He is, I think I'm being kind calling him a footballer. Really well won back by Bergvall. Now into Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons plays the ball through to Johnson, and Simons has overcooked it. And it's not happening, is it? It's not happening. Can we grab a goal from somewhere? I'm not sure at the moment we can, as they pan to Alan Shearer in the... God, what I'd love her. Can you imagine having an Alan Shearer up front? But this is what I mean. Look how many people, when Johnson isn't playing, say Johnson should start. Johnson should start. Johnson, Tell, Odegaard, Richie, not good enough. I don't know how many fans need to see that they are not good enough. Good play by Bentancur to Danso. Here's Bergvall. Steps inside, driving into the middle. Lays it off to Pedro Porro. People think if you take one bad player out and put another bad player in, that that it's going to change anything. Here's Brennan Johnson. Gets the ball over. But again, they're just not good crosses. Anyway, here's Xavi Simons. Picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Xavi Simons now. Drives at Tonali. Dinks a ball into Richie. Headed down by Richie, and there's no one there to put it in. It was a good ball by Simons. Richie actually did well to win it. And now Newcastle on the counter-attack with, I think this is Willock on the counter-attack. Danso one-on-one with him. We've done well in the end to hold them up. And then the shot from distance goes wide. Oh, told you. It's going to take windows. Johnson, Tell, Odegaard, Richarlison. These players are not good enough. Gray. These players are not good enough. You need to move them out and get quality in. Because when you have to rotate, this is what you're left with. When you're calling Xavi lazy, he keeps winning the ball back in midfield. There's Richie. And it's a free kick against him. Richarlison is horrible. Wolves have pulled another one back, by the way. Wolves 2, Chelsea 3. Oh, for sure. Shane, for sure. But this is why I was one of the fans in the summer saying I didn't think the window was great. And I was told it was the best we'd have. I don't think it was in any way, shape or form. I would say with Xavi Simons, it's moments. But you're right. We need to see 90 minutes from him. I would say it's moments. But he needs a spark, doesn't he? He needs to give us that something. Here's Pedro Porro. Lays it off to Spence. I don't know. What is that, Jed Spence? Oh, my head hurts. My head hurts watching so many of this squad. So many players are rated that are just not it. And Newcastle 2, Tottenham 0. Oh, Soul Boy, go away. It's boring. At least give him a chance. He's been here for like 7 games or something. Give a player a chance. What are we doing? You're saying the same thing all the time. I heard all of this about so many players. Give him time. He's going to come good. I'm telling you. And then our fans will look silly. Here's Willock. Turns, lays the ball off. Here's Tonali. What a good player he is. Look at Tonali and look at ours. Look at the levels. Yeah, I remember when I was stupid as well. He's not playing well. No one's saying that. No one's saying he's playing well. No one's saying he's playing well. Arsenal are 2-0 up as well. Looks like Arsenal are going through 2-0 at the moment against Brighton with 15 minutes to go in that game. No one's saying he's playing well. He will come good. He's a good footballer. Here's Kinski. Into Richarlison. Jed Spence wins the ball. That's better. Now Spurs have got some space. There's a good ball into Johnson. What have you got, Brennan? On the right-hand side, into Xavi Simons. Takes a touch, lays off to Sarr. Oh, it's a great save. Oh, he's put back in. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Really good play. Johnson into Xavi. Took a touch, laid it off. Sarr with a great shot. A great save from Aaron Ramsdale. Looked like the ball had gone out. Hadn't. Brennan Johnson kept it in. And again, no one following up. A good striker should be following up there, but Richie had switched off. Look here. Look when the ball comes back in. He just switched off. Just switched off. Another chance for Spurs. Here's Brennan Johnson, right-hand side of the box. Here's Xavi Simons, beats his man, dinks the ball to the back post. Brennan Johnson, oh, get him. Oh, my gosh. I was about to do a whufc. Brennan Johnson, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. But again, look, when that ball came back across, Richie's not even interested. Richie's not even interested. Oh, my gosh. Great save from their keeper. Another chance, goes begging. Half an hour to go. Oh, so close, so far. So here's Kolo Muani about to come on for Spurs. Man City have taken the lead at Swansea, by the way. Man City have taken the lead at Swansea. The goal scorer in that one is Mamouche. Omar Mamouche. There's the ball out wide, whipped in by Newcastle. Good defending. Good defending there by Paulinho and then by Porro. Richarlison, honestly, one of the worst strikers I've ever had to watch in my 40 years of supporting Spurs. He is atrocious. Sarr giving the ball away, well mopped up by Danso. Good play by Bergvall. Back into Danso. Good play. Richie into Bergvall. And it's like the nearly team at the moment, isn't it? Nearly. We're nearly getting at them. Nearly getting in there. Good play by Brennan Johnson. Really good play by Brennan Johnson, who plays. That's a great pass, is it? Brennan Johnson keeps it on. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, my gosh. I tell you what, every time I watch him, he gets worse and worse and worse. He is dreadful. And he gets a tapping every now and then and go, that's why he plays. He is dreadful. Well done by Jed Spence again. Driving through the middle. Here's Bergvall. On the left, gives it to Richie. Richie dinks the ball to the back post. It's a crap cross. Richie is dreadful. Oh my gosh, he makes my head hurt. He is dreadful. Kudus and Muani are entering the arena. Kudus and Muani with 27 minutes to go. Please be Richie and Johnson. Bergvall's coming off. Bentancur and Bergvall. Is that Bentancur and Bergvall? No. Hang on, we'll see in a minute. I'm not sure what's happening. Bear with me. I'll get to you in a second. A goal is there if we can do this. Brennan Johnson at last. Brennan Johnson has gone off. And Bentancur's gone off. So he's got a bit more attacking. So Bergvall and Sarr are going to be in midfield. And Muani and Kudus. Well, Kudus will go right. Muani hopefully through the middle. And hopefully Kudus, hopefully Richie left. Maybe Muani goes left. I don't know. We'll find out. I remember being in Sean's WhatsApp group and there's a couple of lads in there and their love for Richarlison is truly, truly embarrassing. He is atrocious. I don't care if he scores a hat-trick tonight. He is atrocious. So it looks like Mwani's come out to the left, does he? Or has he gone through the middle? We'll find out. Here's Danso. Hopefully I'm wrong. When I said this is one away game too many, hopefully I'm wrong. At the moment, I'm right. But hopefully I'm wrong as Spurs win a free kick. Honestly, I don't care that Johnson scored in that cup final. He is atrocious. Yeah, I think Spencer's been good today. Today, yes. And again, driving through. Here he is, Jed Spence. Switches the ball to Kudus. Can it reach him? Dan Burns too big for that. But here's Porro. Get it to Kudus. Get this ball to Kudus. Ball whipped in. Richie. He's hit the keeper. The keeper saved it. Another big chance that Richie can't finish. Another big chance. Oh my gosh. He is. Oh. We're just never going to score goals with this guy up front. Never. Oh, Perchy, yeah, I know. I've had to start ignoring these Frank out idiots. Don't get me wrong, that one wasn't atrocious. I think he done well to connect with that, but I just never ever feel like the guy's going to score a goal. I never ever look at him and think this is going in the back of the net, ever. So Newcastle are bringing on Trippier, Asula, and Joe Linton. Oh, please, please, please pay them off. Get rid of them. By the way, Liverpool have had a red card. Liverpool are down to 10 men and losing 2-0 at home to Palace. Spurs in this game, by the way, have had 51% possession, 11 shots, 5 on target. I just don't feel like we're ever going to score with these forwards. Here's Kudus. Really good play by Mwani. Kudus driving forward now. Plays the ball in. He's behind Xavi Simons, though, and given away. Now Newcastle with, is this Anthony Elanga on the right-hand side? Alfie, is it? Who should be playing well? I don't know what players people think we have to play good football. I just don't get it. We've had more of the game, more chances, more shots, more on target. We can't finish. We cannot finish. Oh. Chris, doesn't that show how bad the Europa League is? Sorry, Chris, everybody rates these forwards. I mean, as football fans, what do you do when you've got fans that rate Johnson and Richie? What do you do? Like, how do you justify that? Porro, out wide to Kudus. Kudus is going to run at them. Down the line to Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons across the goal. It's tipped away by Ramsdale into the path of Papa Sarr. Papa Sarr back to Jed Spence. He whips the ball across. It's gone over everyone. And a poor cross in the end. And out for a goal kick. Chelsea have had a red card as well, by the way. Chelsea down to 10 men. Liam Delap, who came on as a sub 7 minutes earlier. The Liverpool red card was for Oh, I don't know who the Liverpool. No, that's Arsenal. The Liverpool red card. Don't know. It's not telling me. Agreed. Mark, we've had more shots. We've had more shots, more on target. We just... Oh. Should have scored one of those chances in the first half. Should have scored one of those chances. So 20 minutes to go. Voldemard's coming off. Willock's coming off. And Emil Kraft is coming off as well. John, we've had more possession, more chances, more shots on goal. I don't know what is wrong with this fan base. I don't know how we are not seeing what the problem is here. Here's the ball rolled out to Jed Spence. He can't keep it on. Yes, he can. No, he can't. It's a throw on. We need a goal. I don't actually think we've been terrible here. Don't. Bless me. I don't think we've been terrible. Said before the game, I don't know who's going to score goals. John, I know, but you state the obvious every game. I don't know. Every comment you put in my after my show, every comment you put in is negative. Everyone. It is draining. It is draining, mate. If anyone's going to use the word retard or tard, you're going to be blocked. Just put someone in a chat. Please don't have language like that. Cross comes in, headed away by Papasar. You get the feeling we need a goal, don't we, by the 80th as a minimum. But we've got to be aware. Great tackle, Xavi Simons. Really good. Lazy Xavi Simons. Do you see that? Great ball. Oh, not good enough from Porro giving it away. But I keep hearing lazy Xavi Simons. The number of times he's won the ball in that area. And Spurs put it out for a corner. Porro keeps giving it away. John, even when we win, we won 3-0 against Everton, and every one of your comments was negative, mate. It's boring. It's boring. We can see the issue here, right? We can see the issue. Chelsea have scored a fourth, even with 10 men. So Chelsea are going through. The fourth goal was scored by Jamie Bino Gittins. So Chelsea look like they're through. Arsenal look like they're through. City look like they're through. And Palace look like they're through. Danso clears the ball. By the way, I think Xavi Simons has done some really good things tonight as well. But it's patchy from him. But I think fans aren't looking for any of the good things that players do if they're not having brilliant games. It's got to get some forwards. We've got to get a top left winger. We've got to get a striker. We've got to, oh, what a good goal that was by Jamie Bino Gittins, by the way. Wow. Crystal Palace are 3-0 up, and Wolves have pulled it back to 4-3. Headed clear by Sarr. I agree. He's done some good things, done some bad things. I think it kind of sums up the performance from Spurs. Done some really good things, some really bad things. Crystal Palace, by the way, have got a third, and it's Yeremy Pino, another good player. Another good player, well scouted by Palace. Well, we've had more shots than them. We've had more shots on target. We've had more possession. I don't think there's been too much in it. I just think we've got no forwards. Got no forwards. Who are you taking him off for? What? Scarlett, I guess, is the only one, right? Scarlett. Who we might see. Corner kick. Whipped in by... Oh, who is it whipped in by? Oh, can we get there? Yes, we can. Spurs on the counter-attack. The ball played into Xavi Simons way too far in front of him by Richie. Way. It's such a poor pass from Richard. Take your touch. Play him in. What are we doing? Just take a touch. Jed Spence does well into Bergvall. Back to Kinski. Looks like, I think Scarlett is coming on. Did you see that though? The ball goes to Richie and you're thinking, take a touch, let Xavi Simons make his run. And he tries to play it first time. Way too much on it. Here's Papa Sarr. Just don't know if we got that killer touch. Plays the ball out wide to Kudus. He brings it down. Kudus one-on-one with Byrne. No, Joe Linton's got over there to make it 2v1. Back to Kudus. He goes back to Porro. Porro whips the ball in early. Over to Richie, and he just heads straight at the goalkeeper. It just is, yeah. Matisse Tell is going to come on for Tottenham Hotspur. Man City have got 3-1 up. Yeah, by the way, I'm not going to do this revisionism that suddenly Scarlett should be. Scarlett's not good. Richarlison is coming off now for Matisse Tell. But listen, I did think it was going to be one away game too many. And it's looking that way. Look at the subs they're bringing on. Guimaraes, Joe Linton. Man City 3-1 up. And Bruno Guimaraes is now going to enter the pitch. And who's coming off for him? And it's Ramsey. Ramsey coming off. Oh, I agree. Jermaine, I agree. I've never rated him. I think he's a dreadful player. Like, truly dreadful. Truly dreadful footballer. Here's Jed Spence. And you would think, unless we grab a goal soon, it's looking like this is going to be a loss in the column. And the only positive to that is that we will have some midweeks off, because this squad can't cope, can it? Oh, John, I can't be bothered with you. We're not. We just haven't got all our players fit. Oh, Benji, don't. I'd love to. I've never wanted this man at the club, never rated him. He got 2 goals against Burnley, and all the Richie fans started, oh my God, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. And this was a Paratici signing, by the way. John, me neither. Maybe if we bought some goal scorers. What do you reckon, mate? What do you reckon? Maybe if we had bought properly in the summer. Matteo, you might, but we're not good enough for it. I don't understand how people don't get this. You know, if you haven't got the players, you haven't got the players. No Solanke, no Kulu, no Madison. Kuda started on the bench. Mwani's not up to fitness. No Romero, no Adogi, no Basuma. There's so many. No Davis, Takai, Dragusin. So many players out. So many. But we've been very good at away, and this was one too many. This is one too many. Not going to win. Sorry, why? Gary, why did you get to tell me why? Why? But it's true. He's not up to fitness. It's true. I don't understand. Oh yeah, Greg's injured as well. Yeah, so I forgot about him. Spurs 55% possession, 11 shots, 6 on target. 6 on target. Oh, shut up, Matt. Why is Richie so out of form? When's he ever been on form? What are you talking about? What are we talking about? If ever you wanted to know that Matt was a troll, it was that comment. He was firing. What, you mean he scored in one game? What are we talking about? Oh my God. What are we doing? Well, not to be unless we've got 2 late goals. Can't see it. Can't see us scoring. We've had some bloody good chances. Some bloody good chances and not taking them. And that's what happens. At this level, if you don't take your chances, you're going to lose games. Tell gives the ball away. Yeah, just not good enough. Because he's shit. Because he's shit. Why? Because it's the same every day. If everybody in this chat loved Richie, he'd hate him. Everyone doesn't like Richie. He sticks up for it. It's just silly. He's not good. He's never been good. Just if you don't have good players, here's Papasar to Kudus to Porro. Just can't finish our dinner. Just can't finish our dinner. Imagine we had, if we had Voldemort up front, we'd have scored in this game, wouldn't we? And it's all kicking off on the pitch. Our fan base is just so reactionary. But that isn't true, is it? That isn't true. Again, see, we just do this thing where we just start telling lies. This is what I love about this. Spurs this second half have had 4 shots on target. Spurs have had 4 shots on target in this second half and 5 shots overall compared to Newcastle's 3. It is what it is. We moved to Chelsea. Moved to the Chelsea game. God, Joe Linton clattering into Kudus. It's all kicking off. So silly. Five minutes to go. Crossfield pass into Kudus. Brings it down brilliantly. He's got Porro on the overlap. Is he going to go for him? No. He's going to lay it off to Bergvall instead. Yeah, I just think one away game too many. I think this one caught up with us. Two goes to show we do need our best players playing at all times. Good cross in by it. Good cross. Mawani couldn't quite get on the end of that. Bergvall then wins it back. Does he? Xavi Simons does, and the rescue. What's he giving a foul there for? What was wrong with that? Ref. And unfortunately, it's true. Yeah, unfortunately, that is true. I think we've had the better chances, but if you don't score, you're going to get punished, and we've been punished tonight through not being able to finish our dinner. Oh, what's he giving a foul there for? Oh my gosh. Exactly, Bobby. He knows what he does. He knows what he does and then cries about it. He knows what he does. He knows what he does, Bobby. He does this every time. He says something silly, gets called out on it, and then goes, "What? I didn't do anything." When has Richie ever been in form? I've never seen this bloke in form for any club. Again, look at the caliber of players Newcastle are bringing on. Listen, I said I thought it'd be one too many, and it's turned that way. Look, they've brought on Joel Linton, they've brought on Guimaraes, they've brought on, they're bringing on Anthony Gordon. I mean, they're bringing on some players, aren't they? And I think this has shown a few people our squad, hasn't it? I think a few people are waking up now to the level of the squad before everyone goes, we should be finishing top four and we should be winning competitions. We're not there. We need windows. Good touch by Mawani. Gets it back from Sarr. Still driving forward, Mawani. Still driving forward, Mawani. Still driving forward, and the ref gets in the way. Oh, bloody hell, ref. That sums it up. Mawani driving through the middle, and then the ref, oh my gosh. Guimaraes is clapping that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? That kind of sums it up. Mawani with a really good run. He's driving through. Looks like he could. And then it hits the ref. And oh my gosh. Glenn, bang on. Thank you. Finally. Yes, bang on. Bang on. Bang on. You keep buying kids. And this is the problem. People like Lubo want to constantly sign all these young players. You end up with a squad like this. You end up with a squad like this. So I'm not shocked we've lost this game. I'm not shocked. Just can't finish our dinner. Kinski gets there first, as he just about. I've had chances. And there's going to be 4 minutes of injury time. So Spurs are going to go out the cup. Just one away day too many. And it goes to show that unless we've got our best players on the pitch, this squad is going to struggle. There's a ball over the top to Mawani, way too much on it. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. Marios, because you can't just keep playing players every minute of every game. Every manager in the Pep's done it. Yeah. Arteta's done it. Slot's done it. Maresca's done it. Everybody. Newcastle have done it. Everybody. Everybody's done it, mate. You really are getting silly, mate. It's ridiculous. As we said, when your squad, this is the depth. This is what's going to happen. You can't constantly play every player every minute of every game. It's just ridiculous. Can't have this meltdown every time we lose a game. Absolutely. Oh, bang on, Perchy. Bang on. Marios is the one that wanted Kinski and Johnson, right? I will call people out for their silly takes. Here's Jed Spence. Into Xavi Simons. Takes on Gomares. Newcastle got everyone back. Simons switches the ball to Kudus. Dan Burn gets there. He's a mountain. It's a mountain. What do you mean? What do you... Okay, sure, okay. So why has every single manager rotated this week in the Cup? Why? Yes, but Ian, that's... Oh, I God, I fucking hate YouTube. Honestly, I hate YouTube. I've never known such... Oh, God, what are we doing? Of course, those clubs have got better players, but Wolves have rotated. Palace haven't dropped a few. You've got to. You've got to. You can't play your best players every game. Here's Kudus. Gives it to Porro. Back to Kudus. Turns. Crosses the ball. Deep. And that's gone into the arms of Ramsdale. Oh. So we're going out the Cup. Liverpool are out as well. Spurs are out. Just not the quality in the final third. No, Marios. Newcastle did not nearly go full strength. No, they did not. They made something like 7 changes. What are we... My head hurts. My head hurts. My head hurts. We've not won. It's not a drama. Now I've got to put in a performance at home to Chelsea. All the managers have rotated. All the managers. Eddie Howe, Frank, Maresca, Pep, Klopp, Arteta. Wolves have rotated for tonight's game. Wolves. There's the final whistle for 2-0 to Newcastle. Spurs, a story of missed chances and goalkeeper failure. It's been disappointing. Right, Aidan, one more stupid comment. You're going to go, mate. My son Xavi. How old are you? How old are you people? What is wrong? No, Marios, I'm putting you in. Marios, you're going now. I can't deal with you, mate. You've turned really silly lately. You've turned so silly. Newcastle United have made something like 7 changes from their last Premier League game. Every manager has rotated. Every manager. Newcastle, Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Wolves, Palace. Everyone has rotated. Everyone. But Thomas Frank is in the... Guys, you can only do so much with the players you've got, right? You can only do so much with the players you've got. Newcastle go through. Look, thought it'd be one too many. That's what's ended up happening. We had our chances, though. When you look at the match figures, Tottenham 53% to Newcastle's 47%. 11 shots to Newcastle's 10. 6 shots on target to Newcastle's 3. We just can't score. We just can't score. It's we've got to get to this window, and we've got to buy some better footballers. It's that simple. Dietrich's, grow up, mate. Dietrich's, grow up, for fuck's sake. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. What are we doing? Are we really going to be these fans now that say Frank out while we're sitting third in the league because we've lost away at Newcastle in the League Cup? It's absolutely ridiculous. Look, we know there's a lot to work on at this football club. But for me, the goalkeeper, you've got to ask questions. Stop swearing, my child is asleep. Couldn't give a fuck. Why is your child trying to sleep watching me? Couldn't give a fuck. There you go. Look, we know there's a lot of work to be done. We know there's a lot of work to be done, right? We know that. We know this wasn't our best 11. We know we got players out. We know we can't cope with a game every 3 days, right? But we move on to Saturday. We move on to Chelsea. We do the old school, right? We do the old school. We lost. We dust ourselves down. We go again. Tough games we've had. Villa away, Monaco away, Newcastle away. Monaco away, Everton away, Newcastle away. We've lost one of them. We've lost one of them. If you said we're going to lose one of the 3, right? We move on. We move on. I just don't want every single game we don't win to be a meltdown. Look, I thought we did some good stuff tonight. Thought we played some good stuff in that first half, created some good chances in the second half, but just could not get that over the line. Richie, missing sitters. Sarr, should he have scored? It's a great save by Ramsdale. Brennan Johnson through. And skewing wide. Look, I don't expect too much. I don't expect too much with the forwards we've got. I hope now that a lot of the people that have championed a lot of very average players realise that a lot of these players are not that level. I think there's some good young up-and-comers that need time. But in general, I don't think we can play every 3 days. I just don't think we can play every 3 days. No one ever said that. No one ever said that. Again, you Spurs, stop this. You're going to go as well because you're just lying. No one ever said that. You can use injuries for any manager you want. I don't use the injuries as an excuse. I'm saying the squad is not good enough to play every 3 days. Right? The squad is not good enough to play every 3 days. We know that. And unfortunately, when we have to rotate some players in, unfortunately, you're seeing that we're not quite good enough, right? But we had chances, and agreed, he was. Kinski was at fault for the goals, yeah. But I just don't understand how football fans lose their mind every time a team doesn't win. It's too much. I mean, look at Liverpool. They've lost 6 of their last 7, right? Listen, I think for me, get a top left winger in, get a top striker in. I think we need a ball playing midfielder. I think we need a bit more midfield depth as well. And then we go again in the next window. That's what we need. We need to go again in the window. Look, the full results: Grimsby 0, Brentford 5, Wickham 1, Fulham 1, but Fulham 1 on penalties. Wrexham 1, Cardiff 2. Arsenal 2, Brighton 0. Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 3. Swansea 1, Man City 3. Wolves 3, Chelsea 4, and Newcastle 2, Spurs 0. So Newcastle, Chelsea, City, Palace, Arsenal, Cardiff, Fulham, and Brentford all in to the quarterfinals of the Cup. Look, I don't think it's a big drama. I really don't. I really don't think it's a big drama. Was it one game too many? Maybe. Can we just keep playing players over and over and over? We can't. That's a problem, right? You can't just keep playing players over and over and over again. That's why Van der Ven didn't play. That's why Kudus didn't start, right? Yeah, I agree, Phil. There was some glimpses of good stuff. When you're saying overall it was poor, I mean, we had more chances. We had more shots on target than them. We had more possession. But, hey, it is what it is. Look, I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. We know every time we lose, it is going to be a meltdown. Ron, who are you putting in? We haven't got any defenders fit. Who are you putting in? Who are you putting in? Who are you putting in? If the manager doesn't play Johnson, he plays Tell. If he doesn't play Tell, he plays Oda. But none of these players are good enough. I don't know what people are not getting. Football fans used to have a degree of common sense. They really did. They really did. And, you know, I mean, but the problem is, Rick, do you just keep playing them time and time and time again? Aidan, you're being blocked for good now, mate. Sorry. I can't be dealing with silly. Ash, thank you. Thank you. Finally, some maturity. Expected result. Don't have the team to play Carabao Cup on top of everything else. Mate, I don't understand which Spurs fans are looking at this squad and saying we should be in all four competitions and no, we're brilliant. And it's, I know not from you, mate. I know. Again, free people don't want to hear it. Thank you, Javier, or Javier, however you saying your name. You're right. Fans don't want to hear this. Fans don't want to hear it. Look, I thought we should have scored goals tonight. I thought we should have. Yeah, Kinski's very good at playing out from the back. For me, for both goals, I mean, the second goal was farcical. First goal, we should have done better. Second goal was absolutely farcical tonight. Second goal was farcical from him. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing coming out for that. And unfortunately, that killed the game for us, didn't it? When you go 2-0, at 1-0, I thought we were banging the game. As soon as it went 2-0, it just kind of killed it. Yeah, it is what it is. Look, I think that a couple of really good signings into this team will make a huge difference. I think that, you know, a couple of signings make a huge difference. We'll do the player ratings in a minute. I just don't think we're ready for this. I don't think we're ready yet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. Yeah. Of course, yeah. I said before the game, I think that the Chelsea game's more important. I don't know what difference that would have made, if I'm brutally honest. I don't know what difference that would have made, Greg, if I'm brutally honest. Thought the keeper messed up for the goals. James, I agree. I think it was a game of two keepers. I thought Ramsdale played very, very well for them, and he didn't for us. And it's that simple. He didn't play well. Ramsdale played well, and Kinski didn't in terms of shot stopping. Yeah, Sophie, yeah, well done to your boys. Yeah, Tonali is elite. We don't have that. We just don't have it. We don't have a midfielder like that. We don't have one. And I really want one. I really want one. Really want a proper midfielder that controls a game. And yeah, and Mark, you're right. Listen, Vicario is what he is, but he is better than Kinski. Yes, you are right. You are right. Agreed. Didn't need to. Didn't need to. If he'd stayed on his line, he's saving that. So it is what it is. Look, we want to win every cup. Of course we do. We want to win trophies, but unfortunately, we're not going to win every trophy. And oh, of course, David. Of course, I know. But David, what you're witnessing in my chat, is our fans don't want to listen to things like that. Yes, you've had your manager a long time. He knows the players. They're his players. They're well drilled. It's his squad. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's disappointing. No one wants to go out of a cup, but I didn't think we went out with a whimper. I thought that we done more than enough to score goals tonight. Done more than enough. A big up, Enrique. How you doing, bro? Says we don't have a squad, Sava. We're not good enough. Showed playing midweek games. This squad has no depth. Can we say our forward line let us down again? Patience. Look, I agree with you. Look, we're not just going to go unbeaten. And I think the problem is everyone thinks that we're just going to, go unbeaten. By the way, if anyone's annoyed by swearing, I set my show to not for kids. So that's on you guys, just so you know. Bryce, I'm talking about as a start, mate. Come on, mate, you know my opinion. Everyone who's watched me, I said throughout the summer, if you do not buy players, this squad is dreadfully thin on quality. I was told it was an amazing window. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me do some super chats. I just think people need to calm down a bit. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. I do think we have a chance of beating Chelsea on Saturday. Yes, I do. I do think we have a chance. They're a good team, but they're beatable. But again, another tough game. The games are coming thick and fast. They're tough. It is what it is. But I think what's really sad for me is the number of people who don't get behind the manager or the team when we're third in the Premier League. I really don't. Again, look, he's prioritised the wrong competition. Well, what do you do? You can't win. You can't win. I try and be realistic. But honestly, as I said, guys, it's what's made me not want to do as much on YouTube. We just got we've got too many fans that, look at Marios in the chat saying Newcastle played a full strength team. No, they didn't. Newcastle rotated. We rotated. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Wolves, Palace, everyone rotated. Everyone rotated. You can't just you can't just constantly play your best players. And unfortunately, there's too many that aren't good enough once the backups come in. You think we go all the way back, get back to, you could do, absolutely. You're a good team. You could do, you're a good team. You're a good team. And look, I think it's a tough place to go, Newcastle. It's a tough place to go. And I don't see the drama. We're going to have drama. Of course, we're going to have drama. Let me do some super chats. And Perchy, it's mad, isn't it? We're knocked out to Newcastle, like a Champions League team at home. Like, it's just mad. Absolutely. There you go. Newcastle made 8 changes. Big up, Enrique. Thank you, my man. I try my best. Honestly, though, I have been massively considering YouTube and doing watch-alongs just because of how stupid people are. No, because we all see you're a troll. We see you every show. You're a troll, mate. So my mods can block you all they want. We see you, mate. Let me do some super chats. Big up, Andrew Bennett. Said, Sav, what's your thoughts on Scarlett for Richie? Look, whilst I don't rate Richie, Scarlett is not the guy. We know he's not good enough. Shouldn't be at Tottenham Hotspur. As I said, we've got a poor group of forwards. This is what we bought. This is what we've accumulated over time. For me, really, really poor. Really, really poor set of forwards. Said it in the summer. Said we should have bought one. Was told I was negative. Was told they were good enough. And I don't think they are. We do not have goal scorers. We do not have goal scorers. And until we address that, we are going to struggle in games like that. We are going to struggle in games like that until we get goal scorers. That's just the way it is. Big up to you, my man. Really appreciate that. Vendetta said a comatose Mawani is better than Richie. Yeah, I just think, we'll start to see more and more of Mawani now. I really don't want to see Richarlison up front on Saturday. I really don't. I'll be annoyed at Thomas Frank if he does that. Big up to you, my man. Andrew Bennett said, give Scarlett a chance with Kudus on. I feel like Andrew, and I'm seeing this one as well. I feel like because Richie's so shit, people have got this idea that Scarlett's good. He's not good. I think we need to remember that. Hence why he's not getting any minutes. Big up to you for the super chats, though. Big up to Adele, who has become a channel member. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate you. Watch out for the channel member only show later on in the week. So big up to you. Thank you very much, Adele. David Crick said, Adeyemi Vlahovic, a proper centre midfielder in January. Kulu back all of a sudden. Again, absolutely. Get to January, and then Spurs have got to do some business. And this is what happens when you leave yourself short. Big up to you, my man. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Emma said evening to you as well, Emma. Thank you so much. Hope you're well, my friend. Big up to you. Good evening to Tin Man. Said I prefer a real pigeon up front. Yeah, me too. I would prefer a real pigeon up front. I think Richarlison is the worst striker I've seen in a Tottenham shirt. He is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Big up to you, Tim, man. Mitch said we must appoint Ten Hag. He would win us this cup. Sure, I'm just going to ignore that. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, what are we doing? And Henry Fong said, at Marios, you said you wanted Vic drop for Kinski. Yeah, but Henry Fong TV, thank you for that. Henry, and this is the problem. This is the problem with fans like Marios in the chat. They ask for something, then when they get it, right? Then when they get it, they still moan. So all those people, I want Kinski instead of Vicario. There you go. Oh, I can't believe he started Kinski. You asked for it. I want Sarr and Bergvall to play. You've got Sarr and Bergvall playing. Right? You got to be really careful what you ask for. Look, I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think it's the end of the world. It is what it is. Look, every team rotated. This is the difference between football fans and managers. Football fans realize you have to rotate. You can't play everyone in the league, in the Champions League, in the Cup. You have to rotate. And unfortunately, it's tough. It's tough when the squad isn't good enough. You're going to end up with results like that. It is what it is. Big up to Emma, who's coming with another super sticker. Thank you, Emma. Really appreciate that. Very generous. Really, really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're showing the goals again here. The keeper for me has had a mare on both goals. Definitely the second one. Look, we move on. We move on to Chelsea. Can I ask a question? Do all these fans that just moan every game, are they just expecting Spurs to rattle off win after win after win after win after win? Go on then. So who are you playing up front that holds the ball up? Who? Who have we got that holds the ball up other than Kudus? This is my point. We need people that hold the ball up. We need players like that. You've got to buy them. We didn't. Yeah, I did see that. Liam Delap was red carded, means he won't play. look, it is what it is. It's not nice, never nice to go out of to go out of cup competitions, but we dust ourselves down, go again on Saturday. It's honestly, Ellie, he is hard work at the moment. Marios, he is hard work at the moment. Very much hard work. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, guys, girls, I'm going to leave it there. I think otherwise, I think people are just going to go into this crazy meltdown. I don't think. Listen, tough away game at Newcastle, didn't win. And unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. We go again. On Saturday, and hopefully we can get something against Chelsea. Let me see if I can send you over to somebody. Let's see who's live. Who's live? Loads of Spurs channels are live. I'm going to send you over to Spurs Kings. When you get over there, please just say either Sava Raid or fhtv Raid, whichever one you want. Look, it is what it is. We've lost to a good Newcastle team away from home. We fluffed our lines. We fluffed our chances. We live to fight another day. We go again. As always. Oh, hang on. I've had another super chat. Big up to whole Spurs. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of those who have been very nice to me tonight. Really, really do appreciate that, whole Spurs. Try my best, but just too many idiots. One day when I step away from YouTube, please don't be surprised. One day when I step away from YouTube, don't be surprised. Take care, everyone. Much love. And as always, come on, you Spurs.